Padres starting off will be Will Venable, who's found his bat, hitting at .267. How about that? He'll be leading off. He'll be followed by Jason Bartlett, the shortstop, hitting second. Hitting third, Cameron Maben, the center fielder. The cleanup batter is going to be Jesus Guzman. Where was he all year? He's now hitting a torrent, .348, batting cleanup. Orlando Hudson will be at second base, batting fifth, hitting sixth. Logan Forsythe at third base. The number 7 batter will be Aaron Cunningham in left field. The catcher will be Rob Johnson hitting the eighth, and pitching and batting ninth will be Matt Latos. And for Matt Latos, watch that first inning. If he gets them in out in the hurry, you got a good thing going for you. Sometimes he struggles, but we got to cut down on the number of pitches. I'll talk to him about that before the game's over.
Sounds like a plan. Okay. As Latos out there right now going through his warm-ups, and we have noticed one thing about Latos today, kind of a different look for him. He's got the socks hiked up all toward the knees, showing a lot of that blue sock.
He has a professional uniform on today. You see, he doesn't have the stirrup socks, though. We got to get those for him.
A little baggy pant there, and the Padres in the home whites here today. Road grays for the New York Mets. And Latos has been much better as of late. Again, a rough start to the year, but has seemed to at least find that fastball that Buddy Black and Darren Balsey would like him to throw from the very beginning. That 93, 94 mile-an-hour fastball that sometimes touches as high as 96 and 97. But the thing, Jerry, that he has been doing at the beginning of the year was kind of saving himself, pacing himself a little bit. These guys want him to go right after the batters.
I'll tell you what, if you save yourself starting the beginning of the year, you don't do well. You got to go out there and bust everything until it explodes, and then you can work on the rest.
So Angel Pagan, switch hitter from the left side, will come up here against Matt Latos to get this final game of this 3-game series underway. The series all even at 1 apiece. This, of course, the rubber match, and it's also for the season series, which is tied at 3 right now.
Well, if Matt can win today, he can run his record to 21-21. He'll be an even 500. Not bad for a young guy.
So here's Pagan, and here's the first pitch of this ball game. He bunts it foul, third base side, and out of play, and we are underway.
That ball might have gone to left field. That'd have been fair. You talk about a bunt. Man, that was a shot. You got to work on those guys. You know what I mean? You got to draw the bat. You can't push it. When you push it, it goes that way.
It went the wrong direction as far as Pagan was concerned. And it's 0-1. And now time called as something got into Pagan's eye right as Latos was going into his windup. 71 beautiful degrees here at game time today. Light breeze blowing out toward right field. Now Matt is ready for his 0-1 pitch. Here it comes to Angel Pagan. In there for a strike, and it's a 0-2 now on the count.
Andy, that's his key, out in front of the hitters. When he does that, he is a devastating pitcher. When he falls behind, he's got to come in, and they get to him.
That was good to see. 95 mile-an-hour fastball right off the bat. And the 0-2 pitch. A little bit inside, and the count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes on Angel Pagan. 0 for 3 in last night's ball game was Pagan. Had ended his 9-game hitting streak. Came up with the Mets, was traded to the Cubs, and then is back with the Mets. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Oh, he pulled the string. Latos gets the slider over, and a swing and a miss by Pagan, 1 away.
That's exactly what Andy Bud Black loves to see this guy do. In other words, get out in front, go for him, and nail him. And he can do that. He's got that stuff.
You want to spend as little time as possible on each of these batters. It doesn't bode well if you're a strikeout type of pitcher like Matt is, but it means you last into the 7th and 8th inning, and that's exactly what your manager wants you to do. Here's a pitch to Willie Harris, making his first start of the series. He'll follow the first pitch back to the screen, 0-1.
You know what's good about that? 5 pitches, 4 strikes.
Maybe there's something to the new look by Matt Latos with those high socks.
He can run better.
Here's the 0-1, and a curve. A little bit outside, and it's 1-1. So we've seen fastball, we've seen slider and curve. He also features a change every once in a while, but it's mainly fastball, slider. And a good fastball at 95 miles an hour, the 1-1. Again, goes off speed, and again, barely misses outside, 2-1.
Got a kick out of Latos today in the clubhouse. Someone asked him to sign an autograph. I don't sign it when I pitch. Some pitchers are like that. They won't talk to you.
Extreme focus. 2-1. A little flare over the second baseman's head into right field for a base hit for Willie Harris. So a 1-out base runner. for the Mets to bring up David Wright in a scoreless game here in this first inning.
Where did Willie Harris come from, for heaven's sakes?
He's been pretty much everywhere as far as other baseball teams are concerned.
Been around. You see that so often. Before the game, most clubs don't talk to each other. Today, everybody's been on everybody else's club. All they do is socialize before the game.
Let's see, Harris, Baltimore, White Sox, Red Sox, Braves, Nationals, now with the Mets.
That's a few.
And a pitch to David Wright, low and outside. A good block there by Rob Johnson doing the catching today. Harris with 4 steals. Mets come in as the number 2 stolen base team in the National League. And, of course, we all know who number 1 is. That's the San Diego Padres.
By a wide margin, I might add.
1-0 the count on David Wright. 2 for 7 in the series. He has made some fantastic defensive plays. There's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Chase the slider low and outside. 1-1.
Just quickly while I have a moment here. Stolen bases, Padres 146. Kansas City Royals 120. Way down the line.
And the Mets at 107 coming into this game.
They got a ways to go. I don't think they're going to catch him.
I don't think they will. Harris a short lead at first. Not running. The 1-1 curve in for a strike. Oh, Wright buckled out of the way. That was a big, nasty curveball that buckled the knees of David Wright. It's 1-2 now.
Wright, people don't realize that may be one of the better third basemen you'll ever see any place. He can play.
Wright going with that same look, and a throw to first is not close.
He cracked his spine earlier this year and stayed in the ball game for 3 weeks before they fixed it for him.
Tough guy.
Oh boy.
1-2 the count. 1 out. Scoreless. First inning. Harris at first base. The 1-2. Right down the middle. Strike 3 call. Fastball. 91 miles an hour. Second strikeout for Latos, and now 2 away, and that'll bring up Lucas Duda, who's had a pretty good series, 3 for 7, including a home run in game 1. And again, the Padres will employ that shift.
Well, one of the cardinal rules as a hitter is you look for the fastball, you hit the other stuff. When you take a fastball right down the middle, you're not looking fastball.
No.
That was a pipe pitch right down the middle.
That means you're guessing.
Yep.
So here is Duda. Pretty good over the last month or so. Getting a chance to play. And the first pitch to him is a good fastball inside corner taken for a strike. 0-1.
What does Duda, about 7'3" and 422 pounds or something?
I think he's a big guy. Slightly lighter than 422, but right around the same height you thought about.
He's big.
Willie Harris, the runner at first base. Again, 3 infielders on the right side for the left-hand hitting Duda. 0-1 pitch. A little low, perhaps, and it's 1-1. Good fastball at 94.
You notice how smart ball players are. They got the overshift in this guy. The left side of the infield, from the shortstop to third, must be about, maybe 70 feet.
Yeah.
You can punch one down there, walk to first base. They don't do it, though.
1-1, the count on Duda. Here is the pitch by Latos. Ground ball right side. Tracked down to the outfield there by Hudson, but he kicked off his glove and rolled toward the line. It'll be an infield single, perhaps.
That was a catchable ball.
It was hit hard, and it did take a hop on him in the outfield, but we'll wait for the ruling on that, as now they're at first and second. It is called an infield single. So Hudson ranging to his left in the outfield grass. Kind of knocked it down, but unable to get it to throw to first base for the out. It'll keep the inning going here, and now Jason Bay will come up. 2 on and 2 out, scoreless in the first inning.
Yeah, Jason, a former Padres, 0 for 8 in the series. That's not too good.
Glance back at second, now to the plate. And a check swing. The ball gets back to the screen. It'll be a swing and a miss and a wild pitch. And now they're at second and third with 2 away.
I couldn't tell if the ball hit the ground or not. Got to wait and see on a replay.
I think it bounced in right before home plate.
Yeah, it did.
And it did kind of kick to the left.
Well,
that's big.
That's just, a lucky thing if you're a catcher to stop it. That ball was all over.
Latos with his 4th wild pitch of the year. Now ahead of the count 0-1 against Jason Bay. Fastball low, and it's 1-1.
Say one thing about Latos. He's coming out throwing. He's not messing around. He's not saving himself for anything. Maybe with the 2nd inning at best. He's really going for it.
1-1 on Bay. Here is the pitch by Latos, and a curve is in the dirt. And a great block there by Rob Johnson. It's 2-1. Well, there's some things that young pitchers still need to work on, and that's sometimes letting stuff go. What I mean by that is Hudson did his best to try to make that play. It's costing Matt a couple of extra pitches here, but you have to get the next guy out. 2-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Nasty location there. Low and on the outside corner. 2-2.
If that was a strike, it was a perfect pitch. Incredibly good.
If a batter knows you can put the ball there, it could be a long day for the hitters. Here's a 2-2 now to Bay. Swinging a foul right at home plate. They got the mask of Rob Johnson. It's still even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Did you ever notice the guys that wear dark glasses when they're hitting? Not that bad, is it?
A little bright, maybe, but
we got to talk to those guys.
Runners off at 2nd and 3rd. A 2-2 to Bay. Check the swing on a pitch low and outside. It's gone full. 3-2. Well, the inning started out with the strikeout of Pagan, then the single to right by Harris. Strikeout of David Wright, and the infield single by Duda, along with a wild pitch, puts him at 2nd and 3rd. No score in the 1st inning. Full count pitch. Here it comes to Bay. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Wrapped up on that fastball at 94 miles an hour. As Latos strikes out the side in between a couple of singles and a wild pitch. The Mets don't score. We go to the bottom of the 1st inning. Mets nothing. Padres coming up. This is Padre Baseball. Double £205. He'll put the first one in for a strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Born and raised in Texas. Still living there in the offseason. Pitch inside, and the count is 1-1.
They say he doesn't have overpowering stuff, but I'll tell you one thing, he's got a record of 10-4, which isn't bad with this ball club, which hasn't won many games.
Started out the year 7-0. The fastball missing inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fastball topping out around 90 from what they say. Does have the cutter, which has been very effective against left-handed batters this year for him. 2-1. In there for a strike. Went off speed on the changeup. 2-2.
What happened to Venable? From nowhere to everywhere.
Yeah.
Just
nice,
out of nowhere.
Just nice to see.
Boy, I'll say.
2-2 now. Line shot right field, but got out in front of it. It's going to hook into the crowd and out of play. Looks like he thought his bat might have been broken, but he'll keep that piece of lumber. And it's a 2-2 strike count.
Andy, for a leadoff hitter, one of the very unusual guys who's got power better than anybody in the ball club, and he's leading off. Very unusual.
2-2 by G is a high fly ball to deep right center field. That's going to chase Pridey back. Still near the track. He'll reach up and he will make a fine running backhand grab right in front of the beach. One more biscuit for breakfast, and that ball leaves Petco Park. But Pridey made a tremendous grab in right center.
Yeah, he went right into the wall. Never stopped to blink. Just kept going and got it the last instant.
Well, defense is good defense if it's with your team or not. And give Pridey some credit on that play, tracking that one all the way in front of the beach. One away. Scoreless in the first inning, and here is Jason Bartlett. Took yesterday off, 0 for 5 in the series. And a first pitch swing and a line shot into right field. There's a base hit. His first of this series, and a runner on now with one away.
That's amazing. This guy's been steady all year long. He's hitting a little over 250, but still, if you want a guy to hit the ball the other way, to advance runners, he can do it. One of the few in the club that can do that.
Well, if you have questions or comments for us here during the length of our broadcast today, feel free to shoot us an email, mypadres@xx1090sandiego.com. Once again, that's mypadres@xx1090sandiego.com. Look forward to hearing from you tonight. This afternoon.
I got this guy started yesterday.
You did, didn't you?
Cameron, yeah. I had an interview with him. I told him what to do, and he said, fine. You're doing okay.
He's a good student of the game, isn't he? Knows who to listen to and knows who to pay attention to. Maben with his 8th home run of the year yesterday, and there's a line shot, base hit left field toward the corner. Bartlett thinking 3. He's going to get there without a throw. And right behind goes Maben to second base with a double. Second and third with one away for the Padres as Cameron Maben just keeps hitting.
I'll tell you one thing. So far, G hasn't fooled anybody. Man, they're hitting the ball hard. Everybody.
Well, not a situation for a stolen base, but if the Padres do steal a bag today, Bruce Grissom is our Steal a Meal contestant. If the Padres steal a bag today, Bruce is going to receive a McDonald's $25 gift card, a pair of tickets to a future Padre game, all courtesy of McDonald's. And their 42-ounce soft drinks for only 79 cents. If you'd like to enter to win, as Bruce did, xx1090sandiego.com. Good luck, Bruce. So here is Jesus Guzman. First pitch swing and a chop foul toward the third base dugout.
Guzman has got a problem. He doesn't have a position to play. If it's first base, wow. What do you got? You have blanks and you got Rizzo coming up. There's going to be a stampede down there, and he's right in the middle of it. But his bat could keep him in the lineup any place.
Half bat will travel, and he has certainly been hitting at a mighty clip. 348 coming into this at bat. Second and third. The 0-1 is inside, and it's even 1 ball, 1 strike.
And he has to be the only 300 hitter on the ball club for either side.
And much is made about this ballpark and some guys' inability to hit here. He has 4 of his 5 home runs here, and he's hitting .468 in his home ballpark.
That means that's okay, huh?
It's pretty darn good, yeah.
Boy.
1-1. And a foul right at home plate. 1-2 now on Jesus Guzman.
Well, the reason he's not up here sooner, you know, he came up there, man, he's done a spectacular job, but there's no place to play him. Now they say first base, but, man, you got a problem up there. You got blanks ready to come up. You got Rizzo coming up. Stampede down there.
Second and third. 1 away in the first inning. And a 1-2 pitch to Guzman. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ball dropped. Tolley will throw on down wide of the bag, but it'll be captured there by Duda. He'll hit the bag, and now 2 away on the strikeout of Guzman. And it'll be up to Orlando Hudson now to get these runners home. First strikeout for Dylan G. Last name is G-E-E. Simple enough.
Amazing. Dylan. I like the first name better than the second name, don't you? There's more to it. Dylan sounds better than G.
Dylan G. Well, we had R.A. Dickey the other day, and that was initials. This is not an initial. It's his actual last name. Spelled Spent a little time with the Mets last year. Had 5 appearances, 5 starts. Went 2-2 with a 2.18. The pitch to Hudson. Slider caught the inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1.
I think Hudson would like to have that one back. Sometimes you take a pitch thinking you might get something better, but maybe that's the best pitch you'll see. That was right down the middle.
Maben's at second, Bartlett's at third. Now 2 away and a 0-1 count here on Hudson. Scoreless in the first. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball, second base. Willie Harris will glove that one and throw on to first in time, and the Padres' threat is averted in the first inning. No runs on a couple of hits. 2 men left in scoring position. We've played a full inning. No score here in San Diego. Padre baseball, double.
It's 10-90.
Jason Pridey leads off for the Mets here in the second inning. Scoreless game. Each team with 2 hits. Each team with 2 men left on after 1. Pridey played in game 1. Did not play last night. And the first pitch from Matt Latos is a little low for ball 1 on the fastball. Pridey had himself a big night on Monday. 1 for 2. Had 3 walks and scored 3 runs. There's the 1-0. Ground ball sharply to first. Picked nicely there by Jesus Guzman to the bag in time. That was a wicked little hop and a nice shorthand pick right near the line by Jesus Guzman. 1 away.
What that play shows you is you don't have to look at the ball to catch it.
Yeah, good call.
He was not looking at it. He just put the glove out, swiped at it, and there it was. That a way to go.
So Guzman with a nice play here in the second inning, and that'll bring up Josh Tolley, who was a one-man wrecking crew on Monday night as well. 3 for 3 with a home run, and he drove in 3. Did not play last night. Squared to bunt and takes a pitch outside for ball 1.
Have you noticed many managers change their lineups almost every day?
Oh, yeah.
It's unbelievable. I know we do, and this club does as well.
1-0 pitch now for Matt Latos. Here it comes, and a fastball again low. It's 2-0. And back in the day, you could recite a team starting lineup, and it was pretty much their starting lineup no matter where or who they played. Now the 2-0. In for a strike. And it's 2-1.
Andy, what many managers do now, they look at a hitter and they say, now, how is he doing against that pitcher?
Mm-hmm.
And they are in the game because of that.
Yep. Matchups. Here comes a 2-1. And holds back and takes it low on a curve, 3-1. That's had a couple of good curveballs. A couple seemed that they were strikes in the first inning, not called. That one went a little bit low. And it's 3-1 to Tolley. Here comes the pitch. And a high fly ball into center field. Tracking that one smoothly is Cameron Maben. Underneath that one to make the grab. That's 2 away.
Hey, gang, when it comes to quality and fuel efficiency, Toyota's got what it takes. And when it comes to great deals and service, your San Diego County Toyota dealers, they've got what it takes.
So the batter, Ruben Tejada, 2 for 2 last night, now 3 for 6 in the series, filling in for the injured Jose Reyes on the disabled list with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, he's a pretty good ball player, that Reyes. One of the better ones.
And Latos on the first one, swinging a foul back to the screen, 0-1. Scoreless in the second inning.
You know, look at the Mets, and you got third baseman David Wright and Reyes at shortstop. Boy, you talk about the left side of the infield being covered.
0-1, the count on Tejada. Latos into the wind and the pitch, fouled out to play right side, and it's now 0-2. Well, their manager, Terry Collins, talking before the game today, said that Jose Reyes should be able to run on that strained left hamstring when the team returns to Citi Field. They have a day off tomorrow. And they may, in fact, activate him after the weekend. There comes the 0-2. And a little check swing roller to the right side. It'll be fielded there by Guzman. Underhand flip. Latos on the bag. In time and easily. Go the Mets here in the second inning. 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless game here at Petco Park. Padre Baseball. XX 1090 in the Padres Radio Network.
Wawanisa's recent
number 51. It's a once-in-a-lifetime event. We want you to be here. Tickets are going quickly. I'm going to tell you how to get them after this first pitch from Dylan G to Logan Forsythe for ball one. Scoreless in the second inning. You can head to Padres.com/Trevor. Padres.com/Trevor. And again, if you are attending, be here early. Pitch in for a strike, 1-1. Padres are advising folks to get here by 12:30. Be in your seats at 12:30 for the start of the retirement ceremony. And it should be a doozy. Here comes the 1-1. And a swing and a miss. Foul tip held there by Tolley, 1-2.
Well, Forsythe's a young man. I'm kind of fascinated to see what he's going to do. He's a pretty good-looking ball player. Good actions.
1-2 now to Logan. That's outside and in the dirt. Good block by Tolley, 2-2.
You have to shift positions if they keep Headley, who's the third baseman. He's playing at third today. Maybe go out to second base. See what's going on there. He's done a little job out there from time to time.
Scoreless game, second inning. Here comes the 2-2 down to Logan Forsythe. High fly ball into left. Did not get all of that one. Just underneath the changeup, Jason Bay under that one for out number one.
Hey, this Sunday, August 21st, Andy told you about it. The Padres take on the Florida Marlins 105. The first 8,000 youngsters, 14 and younger, you're going to receive a Padres backpack presented by Ashford University. So visit Padres.com for tickets. And don't forget, that's Trevor's Day. How many uniforms have been retired in the course of baseball? There have been a few, but in this club, not many at all. It'll be great for him and great for us.
And a well-deserved honor. Here's Aaron Cunningham. Slider way outside, ball one.
You know, they say he's got 601 saves. I think he's got 600 wins is what he's got. Look at all these beautiful women in our club. Did you let them in here?
Of course, I invited them.
You have to work with all these ugly guys, folks, and they got these beautiful women with us. Man, oh, man.
1-1 pitch. It's chopped foul at home plate, and it's 1-1. Don't get distracted, okay?
Okay. Well, I can't help myself. You know, I mean, the pretty girls come in here, and suddenly you lose track of the game. It's awful.
1 ball, 1 strike here on Aaron Cunningham, getting the start in left field today. And the pitch by G was a high fly ball foul down the left field line. That will be out of play.
What G has done so far is get the ball over the plate. He got it over too well to a couple of hitters, Bartlett and Maven. They hit the tar out of the ball, but basically he's been okay.
Dylan G and a 1-2 pitch outside, evens the count at 2-2. Shadows starting to creep across the field from left to right. The whole left field corner is in shade. And now one of the light standards creeping across that shadow line across home plate. Didn't miss by much on a changeup outside. It's full 3-2.
Tell you what, anybody who lives any place else but San Diego can't be too smart. What a day for baseball. You know, Andy was raised in Chicago. He finally broke loose.
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. There's strike 3. Second strikeout for Dylan G.
Now, did you ever have a good day in Chicago?
There's always good days in Chicago. See, I try to explain this to Jerry.
I know the sun comes up, but I mean...
Here's what I try to explain to Jerry all the time. No matter where else you live, be it Chicago, be it somewhere else, if it's the only thing you don't know any better.
Well, I know, but I lived in New York for 20 years. I must have been nuts.
Well, here I am, all right?
Okay. You can stay.
Scoreless in the second. And a pitch outside to Rob Johnson for ball 1. Johnson getting the start behind the plate tonight after a hot game yesterday by Nick Hundley with 2 triples.
Well, let me tell you about Chicago, folks.
1-0 is outside, 2-0.
It's noisy. And that's the worst ballpark in baseball. You know that, don't you? Never mind the ivy on the outfield. The rest of it. Whew. I won't get any points for that, will I?
No. Not by anybody listening from there. Yeah, absolutely not. There's a pitch in for a strike, 2-1.
The one thing Chicago has are Cub fans that will go down to the wire with you. They really will. I'll give them that.
Here's a 2-1. Rob Johnson takes a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now, you got to admit you're better off here than Chicago, aren't you?
Oh, the weather is spectacular.
He looks better.
Absolutely.
Looks better. Got that California look.
Got that little healthy glow to me, right?
Yeah.
2-2, swing and a miss. Chase one low and outside. And the Padres go in order here in the second inning. Dylan G with 3 strikeouts. We played 2. Still no score. Padre Baseball, XX 1090 in the Padres Radio Network.
Hit a home run with Geico.
Things off here for the New York Mets, and during this top of the third inning, we're going to have a special guest in our booth, Ashley Richard, wife of Clayton Richard, joining us. And I know you guys have something up your sleeves here. The wives are helping out in a golf tournament. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we're super excited, and thanks for having me up here, Andy.
Absolutely.
We are doing a golf tournament on September 15th at Sequan Casino, and the Padres are just helping us out, and Sequan has been awesome, just helping us plan the event. The proceeds are going to two foundations. It's going to be the MRSA Fund with Nan Black and the Heart Defects Fund with Dr. Grossfeld. Both are at Rady Children's Hospital.
All right, sounds good. 1-1 here on Dylan G. And we'll get into how folks can get involved. As that pitch missing outside from Matt Latos, 2 balls and 1 strike, scoreless in the third. I know you guys have a website up.
Yeah, it's on Padres.com/community, and I went and just checked, and it's on there. So you can just go and register your foursome or yourself if you just want to come golf by your lonesome. But the foursome would be awesome. It's $3,000 to play with one of the Padres or the coaches, $1,000 just to bring your foursome, and $350 for an individual golfer.
So you don't even have to group. You can just come out there and support. As there's a pitch hit in the air to shallow right. It'll be Orlando Hudson camping under that one to make the grab. And Dylan G has been retired. 1 away for the Mets here in the third inning. And we'll go back to the top of their order here for Angel Pagan in this scoreless game in the top of inning number 3. Now that golf course out there is pretty sweet.
Oh, it's awesome. We went out there last week and had lunch, and they just did the full meal deal for us. They took us around, had a great lunch, and saw the courses, and they're just a great staff as well. They're just super organized, and we're going to have a lot of fun games throughout the course that they're helping us organize, and it's just going to be a fun day, and it's even better that we're giving just to 2 great charities.
Pagan lines one into left field. There's a base hit right in front of Aaron Cunningham. So 1-out base runner here for the New York Mets. You're in the top of the third, scoreless game, visiting with Ashley Richard. And you're talking about some of the contests. I was looking at the notes here, and one of them says most creative outfit. I can only imagine what might happen.
I know we do have some fun guys on the team, so we're hoping for some awesome get-ups. Heath Bell, I hope you're listening.
Yeah, Heath was one of the first guys that came to mind when I was thinking about what might actually happen in that result.
We're actually having a dinner afterwards, and there's going to be a live auction and silent auction, and we're hoping that
snap throw back to first base, not in time.
Hoping that one of the guys will be one of our auctioneers as well. So we're taking items. A lot of the guys are signing stuff. There's going to be some fun experiences. Matt Latos is going to do a pitching clinic. And so we got a lot of fun things that you can't get at the store. And it's going to be just fun with the guys hanging out. All the wives are going to be out working as well. So it's going to be a really fun event.
Well, that's the cool part. I mean, you get a chance to golf with one of these guys if you so choose. And a pitch in for a strike. 1-1 here on Willie Harris. Scoreless in the third inning. Runner at first base is Angel Pagan. So that's got to be pretty cool for folks to get that opportunity, even if you don't golf with them, to see whether then rub elbows with them after the event.
Yeah, absolutely. So you could just be one of the foursome that they just aren't taking your score. But the girls are going to be out. We're going to be the beer girls, taking beverages around, just making sure everybody's having a good time. So, I just really appreciate it. We have a great group of women this year that have really been involved and helping out in the community. And our guys are obviously helping us out, too, just, by coming up and taking their off day just to golf and support us as well.
Yeah, those off days are precious this time of year.
Absolutely.
So that's definitely giving some time there. Latos with a 1-1 count here on Willie Harris. And there goes Pagan. Pitch is taken. The throw by Johnson right out of the bag, but a little bit late. Stolen base for Angel Pagan. His 25th of this season. And a runner in scoring position now with 1 away. A 2-1 count on Willie Harris in this scoreless game. All right, repeat the date and all that information again so folks can write that down.
It's Thursday, September 15th. It's at 12 o'clock. And if you go to Padres.com/community, all the information is going to be up there. And you can also call in. We have our community relations working and taking registrations. It's 619-795-5274. And tell them that you heard us on the radio, too. That's we're just trying to get the word out there and filling up. There's only actually 22 spots with the Padres personnel at that point. So you got to get, if you want to pit or play with one of the guys, got to get that in quick.
Okay, we'll repeat those numbers for you too also, and remind everyone about the website. I know you're active on Twitter. That's another venue, a little social media help. 3 balls and 1 strike to count here to Willie Harris. And the pitch by Latos. Called a strike on the outside corner. Full out, 3-2. I was actually chatting with your husband Clayton in the clubhouse today and reminded him that you were coming on the air today.
Oh, yeah. What do you have to say?
He was going to try to listen.
I know. He said. Did he tell you last time I went on TV, what he bet me?
He did not tell me that. Is that something you want to share or can't share? Okay.
Well, just digging on him, we never went on a honeymoon. Our 6th-year anniversary is coming up.
All right.
So it was a day after his surgery, and I went on TV with Brooke Landau, and he bet me to sing a poem, and so I said it. So now he's taking me to Hawaii.
Ground ball right back up the middle. It was speared there by Latos. He tried to get the runner Pagan, who leaned off of second base, and the throw there was not in time, so a fielder's choice. And safe at first base now is Harris, so it's first and second with one away for David Wright. That's a good bet to win.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
A little bit late on that throw back to second base. Good idea by Matt. And Bartlett tried to apply the tag, and he was called safe by the umpire Greg Gibson. So now there's 2 on again, and 1 out of the top of inning number 3. I know Clayton's just so anxious to get back out there. He's sitting around his locker right now with nothing to do.
I know.
We had a nice little conversation before the game today.
Yeah, he's doing great. He's feeling a lot better. It's nice when he can get in, start doing physical therapy, but he loves to work out. Like, that's his thing, and so just not being able to lift weights and sweat and being there with the guys, it's hard. So he's doing a good job, and we've had a lot of quality time together the last couple of weeks.
That's even better, right?
I know.
Pitch is high to David Wright. 1 ball, no strikes. We'll remind everybody about the golf outing again here in just a moment. See what transpires here with David Wright. And now the 1-0 pitch. Slider strike, and it's 1-1. You also said you did some TV while you were, was it in college or after college?
Well, both. I was played volleyball at Michigan, and I was a color commentator after I had tore my ACL twice and had 3 knee surgeries, and they just shut me down. So I started doing color for our team, and then Big Ten games, Notre Dame. And so really enjoyed that. That was really fun.
That's why she sounds so at ease right here. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. A little daylight play there as Hudson came in behind the runner. Pagan not even flinching.
Well, I wasn't nervous at all. Then I walked in to the stadium today, and I saw that the game was playing. I heard your voice, and I was like, oh, my gosh. Andy's on the TV today.
Yeah.
It's not just a 3 o'clock game, and people are listening. So.
Swing and a miss by Wright. Down as 1 and 2. We just discovered, as Clayton could probably tell you, it's just so much. It's so easy up here, and we never make any mistakes. That.
Oh yeah.
We're always right on top of everything.
Yep.
Not a bad view either.
No. This is awesome. Beautiful day.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The count here on David Wright. First and second for the Mets. We're in the top of the 3rd inning in a scoreless baseball game. Latos trying to work out of some trouble here, and the 1-2 to Wright. Slider missing a little bit low, and it's even 2-2. So let's go through the particulars again here for those that are just joining us here. And Ashley Richard is our guest here with the Players' Wives Charity going on here. The golf tournament coming up on Thursday, September 15th, correct?
Yep, we're going to be out at Sequan's Casino. It's $3,000 for a foursome with a Padre or a coach. $1,000 for a foursome.
There's a high fly ball to deep left. Chasing Cunningham back to the wall. Reaching up, but it's out of here. It's over the pitch count scoreboard and a 3-run homer for David Wright on a 2-2 pitch. With 1 swing, the Mets are out to a 3-0 lead. David Wright's 10th. And now 39 runs batted in. It didn't get out by much. Into the first row in left center. 3-0 Mets. And Wright had been fairly quiet during this series, but an all-star performer right there came up big for his team. That'll bring up Lucas Duda. Still only 1 away, and a fastball high for ball 1. Fastball right down the middle. Maybe a little in, but Wright a good hitter. 1-0 pitch now, and there's a high fly ball into right field. Will Venable will camp under this one, well shy of the warning track. He'll reach up to make the grab. That's out number 2. And Jason Bay will now come to the plate. Now let's give the website again and a phone number.
It's Padres.com/community, and the number is 619-795-5274. And just basically, we obviously love being out there for the guys, but what we're really there for is going to be the MRSA Fund and the Heart Defect Fund, and both are with Rady's Children's Hospital.
And Buddy Black's wife Nan is very involved.
Actually, Dr. Grossfeld is with the Heart Defect Fund, and how I met him was there's a child in Lafayette, Indiana, where we're from, that has Jacobson syndrome, and that it affects the 11th chromosome. And he is one of the leading doctors in the United States. So that family had come out to San Diego, and I had met his mother at a charity event, and she just really broke my heart just with their story, and just they're the only case in Indiana, and it's just a very rare syndrome. So when I came out to San Diego, I had a coffee with Dr. Grosfeld, and he was just awesome, just a normal guy, but brilliant and very driven. His lab cost is only $250,000 a year, and I was like, so what do you need? What do you need from me? What can I help you with? And he asked me for $250, and I was like, well, I don't think I can do that.
Next best thing to help out the charity. Yeah. Ashley, thanks for coming in. We really appreciate it, and we'll repeat the website for you a little bit later on. Ashley Richards joining us here as a strike three called here to Jason Bay to end this third inning, but the Mets do score 3 runs. That, by the way, our 15th out of the game, brought to you by Geico.
Federal government. This program is public, unrelated to any political party, and shall not be used for purposes other than stated in the program.
You're listening to Padres Baseball on XX1090.
Bottom of the third, and Matt Latos leads off, takes ball 1 from Dylan G. 3-0 Mets. And Latos taking a fastball down the middle for a strike, 1-1. One swing. David Wright's batting. It's a 3-0 game in favor of the Mets here in the third. 1-1 outside, and it's 2-1. Lato's not a bad hitter. Only 3 hits, though, this year. 1 did leave the ballpark right here in this park. There's a 2-1. Up and in. 3-1 to Matt Latos. And again, our thanks to Ashley Richard for stopping by, telling us about the golf tournament, the golf outing on September 15th. Padres.com/golf. Easy way to get more details on that. Pitch on the corner for a strike. Full 3-2.
Yeah, that's the day that the Padres come home from a road trip.
Full count to Latos. And the pitch by Dylan G. Outside, ball 4. He walked him.
Wow.
Lead walk to the pitcher. And now Will Venable will come to the plate.
Hey, gang, Padres baseball brought to you by the Miller Lite Home Draft. Taste the greatness.
So Venable, it went about as far as you can in right center field without the ball leaving the ballpark. Jason Pridey made a great catch out there, right in front of the beach. To Rob Venable. Not being held on is Latos. Duda will play behind him. And a pop-up, third base side foul. That will get out of play. 4 rows deep. But Venable has been swinging much, much better as of late.
Different person, no question. They say he straightened up his stance a little bit or something to change whatever he was doing wrong.
3-0 Mets in the third. The ball's in 1 strike to count here on Will Venable. Right-hander G delivers, and a slider caught the outside corner for a strike, 0-2. Home plate right in the shadows now of the light standards. Pitcher in bright sunshine. And the 0-2 to Venable, swinging a foul back to the screen. Got jammed, but a good job to get a bat on it.
And that shadow becomes a real problem when the shadow gets between the mound and home plate. Because you're coming out of bright into dark, and the ball changes itself for whatever reason. It looks different.
Hard to pick up rotation for those that are fortunate enough to be able to do that. 0-2 again outside, and it goes to 1-2.
That's a very select group.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are guys that tell you that they could see a little dot when there was a slider.
Yeah, they're lying. I think you better off close your eyes and take a swing. See what happens.
That's what I would do. Latos with the lead at first. And the 1-2, and a swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Another good pitch.
Got in on him. 4th strikeout for Dylan G. 1 away. And Jason Bartlett at the plate now. 3-0 Mets in the third. And a reminder about Petco Certified Nutrition. Food that meets Petco standards for essential, advanced, or natural nutrition. Or it doesn't have what it takes to be on their shelves. Learn more at petco.com/certified. Petco is where the healthy pets go. So Bartlett single to right in his first at bat. And the pitch is ground ball back in the middle. Backhanded by G. He'll lead Tejada to the bag and a throw to first in time. Unbelievable play by the pitcher, Dylan G. Just reached the glove behind his back, speared the ball, and calmly started a 1-6-3 double play, and the inning has come to an end. We played 3. It's the Mets 3 and the Padres nothing. This is Padre.
To be lucky sometimes and good, because that was amazing.
Yeah, he was a little lucky on that one. A nice throw on back to the bag at second base to lead the shortstop there. And a 1-6-3 double play that you won't see too often. So Prady will lead off. Prady retired on a nice play by Jesus Guzman his last time up. The 3-run homer by David Wright is the difference in the game. 3-0 Mets. First pitch. And slider outside, ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. And a check swing on a high one. It's 2-0.
It's tough to waste a pitch like that. Good step, but out of the strike zone. Get that in the right spot, the guy's done.
Nice looking crowd on hand here today for a Wednesday afternoon game. 2-0 in the dirt. 3 balls and no strikes. Padres have been very, very good as of late in the final game of a series. Here comes a 3-0. Taking all the way. There's a strike at the knees. 3-1. Padres have won 8 straight series finales.
That's pretty darn good. Got 6 innings for catch up in this one. It's not to overcome.
3-1 is high, ball 4. He walked him. First walk issued today by Matt Latos, lead man on, and Josh Toley, the catcher, will come up. As a matter of fact, you have to go back to July 17th here against the San Francisco Giants for the last time the Padres lost the last game of a series. All told this year 23-16 in the finales, as Darren Balsey will run out and have a conversation here with Latos. There aren't too many pitching coaches around baseball that can sit in the dugout and see something mechanical with a guy on the mound and fix it right there on the spot.
I'll tell you one thing, Balsley along with Bud Black, you got 2 guys, former pitchers, who really know what they're doing and how to do it and how to correct it. Amazing. Boy, it shows in their pitching staff.
So here is Toley, fly to center in his first at bat. Friday on at first, and the pitch a little low for ball 1. Fastball pretty much has been consistent around 93. The last 2 have come in at 92 miles an hour. Saw Matt as high as 95 in the first inning. And the 1-0 pitch, strike called on the outside corner. Great location there. It's 1-1.
Yeah, he might save that 95 for a spot when the game's on the line or runs are on the line, rather than just throw it every time you get rid of it.
It's nice to know you can have it, right?
Oh, boy.
Nice to know that that's in the arsenal if and when you need it. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Here comes the pitch. Tried to check, could not. Fooled on the changeup. And 1 ball, 2 strikes. For some reason, Todd Tishner decided to appeal that play. That was plain as day. What are you appealing that for?
I'll tell you one thing. A changeup with that kind of speed can be devastating if you can get it over the plate. If you can master that, you got something going for you.
1-2 the count. And the pitch. Late bailout type of swing and a foul on the left field side. It's still 1-2.
I thought that might have hit him in the knee if he didn't swing at it.
I've very rarely ever seen a Major League Baseball player back up the way that Toley did in the batter's box there and late try to golf that ball down the left field line. Mets 3, Padres nothing, top 4. And on the 1-2 overhand curve, a slow roller towards second base. It'll be there by Hudson. He tried to tag the runner going to second base. No call there, safe. But he'll throw on to first to get the fielder's choice. 4-3 on the putout. The ball and the runner got there around the same time, and Friday was by him. Good attempt, but they get the sure out, 1 away, and a runner in scoring position.
If he took 1 step in, they'd have collided, and the runner would have been out. Talk to him about that play. Just 1 more step.
I know.
Yeah. Knock him down.
Guy has to be able to field the ball. So here's Ruben Tejada. Runner on at second base, now 1 away, 3-0 Mets in the 4th. Pitch on the way, and it's high for ball 1.
I think 3 is about all we can give the Mets right now. The Padres haven't been hitting all that well, so the point is hold them at 3 and then try to peck away, see what happens.
A couple of other day games today in Major League Baseball. We'll update you on those scores. 1-0 swing and a miss. Nice slider there by Matt Latos, 1-1. Astros for the 2nd straight day beat the Cubs, this time 4-3 in Houston. A couple of home runs for the Cubs in that game. Ramirez is 23rd, Soto is 13th. The Astros now have finally won their 40th game of the year. 1-1 fastball inside, 2-1.
They've had a tough year from day one. A tough year.
They are 33 games behind the Brewers in the Central.
Not going to make it, I guess, huh?
I don't like their chances, no.
The Brewers are surprising. What, they won 6 or 7 in a row? 5, huh? I'm trying to give them 6, help them out a little bit.
Now the 2-1. And a swing and a foul back to the screen. Evens the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ruben Tejada. He'll step out of the box. He's actually looking into the third base dugout. And now down to Chip Hale at third base. With the runner at second base is Jason Pridey.
Not much to look for there. If it's over the plate, swing at it.
The universal sign for get a hit. Home plate now in real dark shade, and far left field side light standard now is a visible shadow behind shortstop.
Nice to have shadows, believe me. The weather's perfect out here.
Long set, the 2-2. Tejada takes it in the dirt. It's full, 3-2. A lot of pitches here for Latos in the last 2 innings.
But Tejada's not a bad hitter, actually. He came in with a 260, 70 average. That's not bad at all. But basically, here's the guy you want. Then you got the pitcher coming up, and you're going to nail him easily. So get this guy, you got it done.
Full count, 3-2 on Ruben Tejada. Latos ready in the pitch. Missed outside, ball 4. First and second now, 1 away. And the batter will be Dylan G, who popped up in his first at bat to second base.
And if I'm out there defensively, I'm looking for maybe a bunt.
I'd agree with that. I think that might be the play, and Chip Hale is going to ask Dylan G to come over.
Sign is. Incidentally, fans, you can become a 2012 season ticket holder before August 26th. You're going to receive 5 complimentary tickets so you can enjoy great games this year. Sample great seats and enjoy all the exciting benefits of being a Padres season ticket holder. You don't want to miss out, gang. Call us number 619-795-5555. Do that today and tell the Padres that Andy sent you.
Might give you something extra.
We'll give you 10%.
Yeah, I wish. G does square to bunt. Bunts it up the third base side and foul. Not a good attempt. Now they can 1 the count. 2 on and 1 away. Top of the 4th inning, a 3-0 lead for the Mets.
I think with Lato, it's not fastball. You get that ball, above the belt. That's hard to bunt. The ball usually goes in the air in a spot like that. Sometimes you make it work, but it's very hard when the pitch is up with good speed.
Guzman in on the grass at first. Forsythe leaning in, cheating in. Again, squaring is Dylan G. Here's the pitch by Latos. Pulled the bat back and takes it high. Ball 1. 1-1.
I'll say one thing, Matt's doing the right thing, but that was a little bit too high.
Cubs and the Astros, the only other day game in the National League today. Baltimore trailing Oakland 6-4 in Oakland in the 7th inning. Kurt Suzuki has hit a couple of home runs. 1-1, tried to bunt, takes the pitch inside, snap throw to second, not in time. Close though.
That was a good throw.
Yeah.
Good throw.
And Pridey a little slow to get up. He had that secondary lead. All the momentum was carrying him toward third base and able to get back just in time. Justin Pridey was just in time, except his name is Jason.
I like that. Very good. Very good.
Tried and failed. You got to try before you know if it works, right? 2-1 pitch. Again, squares. Lays one down nicely. It'll be pounced down by Johnson. He'll throw to third. They get the force. It never got out of the dirt around the infield, around the home plate area. And Johnson, cat-like reflexes out there in a hurry to throw to third. Forsythe backed up, covered the bag, and they get the force out. That goes 2-5 on the fielder's choice. G at first. And now Tejada at second base. And back to the top of the order for Angel Pagan with 2 away.
Yeah, give Forsythe credit. He got back there in a hurry. Sometimes when you're in like that looking bunt, it's hard to get back to the bag backing up on it. He did a good job.
Tampa wins at Boston 4-0 today. David Price over John Lackey. B.J. Upton and Evan Longoria with home runs for the Rays. And a first pitch curve for a strike.
Well, both the Red Sox and the Yankees are going to get in the playoffs in the American League because one's going to be the winner of the East or the wild card. They're light years ahead of anybody else.
So with the win temporarily, the Red Sox are a full game behind the Yankees in the East. 0-1. A little low, maybe inside as well. It's 1-1. Rob Johnson kind of held it there. Make sure Todd Tishner had a good look at it. Yankees will be in Kansas City tonight. Bartolo Colon and Bruce Chen face each other there. Pitch to Pagan.
Does it mean anything that the Yankees and the Red Sox pay their players the most money, that they're always on top? That had something to do with it,
It
right?
could, yeah.
Just thought
It really could, yeah. 2 balls and 1 strike. That last pitch, I don't have any idea where it missed. 2-1. The pitch to Pagan. Reaches out and slams one into left field. Slicing toward foul territory, and will go foul.
Boy, got lucky on that one. Had that been about a foot to the left, wow.
2-2 the count on Angel Pagan. Remind you folks, you can listen to the Padres when you're away from your radio. That's with the MLB.com at Bat 11 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, video highlights, and a whole bunch more. Head to Padres.com. That's where you'll get all the details. 2 on and 2 outs. A 3-0 lead for the Mets in the 4th inning. Runners at first and second. 2-2 to Pagan. A high fly ball to deep center field. Chasing back is Cameron Maben, still drifting. Warning track. He'll pull under it and make the catch. Just to the right of the Padres bullpen in left center field, and the inning has come to an end. So Matt Latos pitches out of some trouble. Gets a good defensive help from his catcher. Mets. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 batters up here against Dylan G. Starting off with Cameron Maben. Maben doubled his first time to the plate. And now with a mini 5-game hitting streak on the year, or recent hitting streak.
That's better than nothing.
Absolutely right.
5 games better than 0.
1 game to me would be a nice streak.
Padres got to get some runs, get on the board if they can.
So Dylan G. First pitch to Maben, short and a bunt, takes it outside, ball 1. Not a bad idea with Wright playing behind the bag.
You know, Maben has really turned his year around the last 3 or 4 weeks since the All-Star break. Has been just outstanding.
Fun player to watch.
Yep.
Here's the 1-0 pitch from Dylan G. Low and outside, ball 2-0, and Tully's going to run out and have a conversation with him quickly.
It's a big ballpark here at Petco Field, but you got to say one thing with Maben, he shortens the distance dramatically with the way he can go to right and left center. Unbelievably good.
And he hit a ball out of here to the second deck out in left field yesterday, so he's got some pop in that bat.
Yeah, the only problem with the punt is what's their top home run hitter? 6, 8? 8. No, Maben has 8. You know, usually that's not a lot this time of year.
2-0 to Maben, low and outside, 3-0. And I think teams probably are figuring out you put Cameron Maben on first base, it's like giving up a double.
He can run.
31 stolen bases coming into the game here today. And a 3-0 by G. He'll take it. It's high ball 4. So Maben, the lead man aboard. Second straight inning that Dylan G has walked the leadoff man.
Well, Maben might wait to see what Guzman does before he runs. We'll see.
That's an interesting point, too, because you're running out of the number 3 spot rather than the number 1 spot.
Yeah.
And you've got your power coming up. You don't want to run yourself out of a 2-run homer. If, in fact, Guzman can do that.
He can hit so far.
And a throw over. Dylan G thinking right along with us that Maben's going to be on the move. 3-0 Mets in the 4th. If you're just joining us, all the runs came in the 3rd. On a 3-run homer by David Wright. Guzman will take a strike. Not a bad idea there after the walk. 0-1. Set some of the other pitching matchups for you from games for later on tonight. Diamondbacks come in with a 3.5 game lead on the San Francisco Giants, and the Giants are getting banged up at a bad time.
Oh, yeah, they're getting hurt.
Long set by G. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Guzman out in front of the changeup. 0-2.
Yeah, the problem with the Giants is that Atlanta's got a better one-loss record than they do. So if Philadelphia wins the East, which they're going to, Atlanta might nose out the Giants unless they can win their division. That's a might.
0-2. Jam shot foul right side out of play. Still no balls, 2 strikes. Some of the bullpen guys have been nicked up a little bit. Sergio Romo has had some issues. Brian Wilson has had some issues.
Yeah, he blew a 3-run lead the other day.
Elbow inflammation for Wilson. Throw to first. Close play. Not in time.
Ooh, wow. I don't know. That was awfully close.
Jonathan Sanchez of the Giants also hurt himself the other day. He's walking around on crutches and no timetable for his return. Jeff Keppinger, one of their new acquisitions, also hurt. Pitch low and outside, 1-2. But again, nobody has any sympathy for anybody with injuries because everybody goes through it.
Well, I've never seen so many big injuries in baseball than this year. It's incredible. Clubs all over the league are having trouble.
3-0 Mets in the 4th. 1-2 count on Guzman. Quick throw again, and Maben diving back into the bag safely.
Got a pretty good move. He may be tough to steal. As quick as he is to first base, you got to be very careful.
Now G coming set. And a pitch hit in the air to center field. It'll chase Pagan back. He's backpedaling near the warning track to make the grab. Guzman just missed and might have even broken his bat on that ball, on that swing, that is, and that's out number 1.
I'll tell you one thing, if Maben can do it, now's the time. You got a hitter up there as a singles hitter, not a home run hitter. And they got Forsythe, the kid, after him, so this might be the time to take a shot, see what happens, but you got to get a jump.
So the batter is Orlando Hudson. And the pitch up and in. Backed him off. So let's see. Josh Tolley has thrown out 13 of the 61 attempted steals against him, 21%.
They blame the catcher. Sometimes it's the pitcher.
Oh, absolutely.
You got to get them both in it.
Maben a good lead over there at first base. Not moving on the 1-0, swinging a chopper foul at home plate. Still at first base is Maben, and the count is 1-1.
Yeah, Maben doesn't look like he's edging. You know what I mean? Get that extra little spot to get going. He looks like he's just kind of stationary at the moment. Maybe he'll change this time. We'll see.
Glenn Hoffman relaying those signs at third base. Dave Roberts in the ear of Maben before he gets off to that lead over at first base. 3-0 Mets in the fourth. Quick throw again. Diving back in is Maben.
Yeah, he's a tough guy to steal on. Got a good move to first.
It was interesting with Maben. When we were in New York, a bunch of players visited the MLB network. And Cameron was demonstrating his base running prowess. 1-1, swing and a miss. Good location on a cutter moving in, and it's 1-2. And he said he tries to get a bigger lead than a normal guy because of the size of his legs. He's got long legs. He can get back to the bag. He said he likes to think about aggressively getting back into the bag at first as well as getting aggressively into the bag at second. So basically he's saying he likes to get dirty.
He got a good lead right now. Let's see what he does with it.
1-2 the count. There he goes. Pitch is swung on and grounded up the middle. It'll be fielded by Tejada. One play only. First base. He'll throw out Hudson.
You know, he gave that away. You can see it from here. He had that extra lead.
So the fielder's choice 6-3. And now a man in scoring position with 2 away for Logan Forsythe.
We'll have Marcus go down and talk to him, straighten him out.
You're giving up on me already, huh?
Well, I mean, you know, you're too smart for that stuff. But basically, it was so obvious, the extra edge. You could see it very vividly.
So Maben now in scoring position at second base. Now it's going to be up to Logan Forsythe with a big 2-out knock. 3-0 Mets in the fourth inning. Forsythe fly to left in his first at bat. Pitch to him. Inside corner, strike one. And again, we have seen a lot of changeup, a lot of cutter out of Dylan G. But nothing really overpowering. Just mixing things up and moving the ball around. Here comes the 0-1. Forsythe takes that one well outside, 1-1.
Say one thing about G, he's in and out. He never throws the same pitch in the same spot twice. He's going in, going out, up, down, so forth. And that's what makes a good pitcher. If you can change that and get the ball over the plate, you're going to have good luck.
1-1 on Logan Forsythe. 2 outs in the Padres' fourth inning. And now the pitch. Forsythe ground ball, hugging the line at third. A diving backhand stab there by David Wright. No throw. He bluffed it, and Maben was off the bag, and he tags him out. That's an all-star play by a Gold Glove third baseman. Knew he had no chance to go to first base. He bluffed the throw. Maben rounded the bag at third, and Wright tagged him out. And the inning has come to an end.
I'll tell you what, I've seen a lot of third basemen. This guy's as good as any of them.
We go now to the top of inning number 5. It's the Mets 3 and the Padres nothing. This is Padre Baseball, XX 1090 in the Padres Radio Network.
Double X 1090.
Top of the fifth inning and a 3-0 lead for the Mets. David Wright has hit a 3-run homer, and now he has taken the Padres out of a scoring chance in the fourth with just a heads-up play. Harris will square to bunt, take it low for ball one. Forsythe hit that ball, hugging the line at third. A backhand dive there by Wright to spear the ball. He knew he had no chance at first base. He bluffed the throw. Maben came off the bag at third, and Wright tagged him for the final out. 1-0 pitch, in for a strike. It's even 1-1.
Well, heads up, people forget that baseball is not only a physical game, but it's a very heads-up game. You miss, you get hurt.
1-1 the count here on Willie Harris, starting at second base today, and he'll chop one foul first base, rolling near the Padres on deck circle, and it's 1-2. (3-0) New York. 3 runs on 4 hits. Padres with 3 hits in the game. And now the 1-2 inside, almost hit him. Gets away from Rob Johnson, rolling back to the screen. 2-2. Well, the Diamondbacks, who have won 7 straight games, will be in Philadelphia tonight. Joe Saunders and Cliff Lee. Pretty good little matchup right there. Pitch to Harris is inside again. Full count, 3-2.
That's going to be the biggest surprise in the National League. The Arizona Diamondbacks, who
I would agree.
were a disaster last year. Where are they now? Right on top by 3.5 over the Giants.
And a high fly ball, third base side, foul territory. Maybe there for Logan Forsythe. Camping under it, halfway between the line and the stands. He'll make the catch. Out number 1 for the Mets in the 5th inning. That'll bring up David Wright.
Every Hawaiian Airlines airplane is equipped with Aloha. Yep, experience authentic Hawaiian hospitality and the comfort of wide-body planes nonstop from San Diego. How about that? Hawaii flies with us.
So here's Wright, done a little bit of everything here tonight.
Remember when the Coast League used to have a team in Hawaii?
Mm-hmm.
What a trip that was.
There's a pitch, and low and outside for ball 1 to David Wright. That game actually in Philadelphia is underway. Diamondbacks and the Phillies. It's a 2-2 game in the 3rd inning. Jimmy Rollins is 14th. Paul Goldschmidt, this kid that the Diamondbacks brought up, hit his 3rd. Pitch outside, 2-0. And the Giants and the Braves are underway as well. A 1-1 game in the 3rd. Swing and a miss. Slider from Latos, 2-1. 3-0 here in favor of the Mets in the 5th. 2-1 pitch. Curve. I guess inside. 3-1. Now Latos on the 3-1. It's ripped foul first base side down the right field line, actually, and out of play. And it's gone full here on David Wright. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And fastball from Latos at 94 miles an hour. Not wasting much time. 3-2. High chopper off home plate. Charging it is Forsythe. Hill glove. Grab. Throw to first base in time to get David Wright. Nice play by Logan Forsythe. On that high bounder off the plate. And he gets David Wright for out number 2.
For Forsythe, he got rid of the ball. More importantly, he's got a good arm. Without a good arm, you don't make that play.
He's very athletic around the bag there at third. We saw some athleticism out of him at second base as well. But third base is the position he actually came up in. And Padres said, hey, you want to get to the big leagues quicker, go to second base and make the transition. Well, and he did.
He might end up there. You never know.
Lucas Duda will take a first pitch curve for a strike. 0-1. And the Padres with 3 infielders on the right side. 0-1 pitch to Duda. Tried to check. Did he? He did. 1-1.
Duda, that's the name. We got a pitcher by the name of G and a first baseman by the name of Duda. Now, where have you seen those names? Forever? No.
Here comes the 1-1. Inside, 2-1. I'm kind of hesitant, but Dave Marcus was taking credit for a nickname of Lucas Duda when we were in New York, and he thought his nickname might have been Zippity, as in Zippity Duda.
Oh no, that's sick. Zippity Duda.
I'm sure he's never heard that one before. Pitch on the corner for a strike. It's 2-2.
Well, Zippity took one on the outside corner.
Yes, he did. Doo-dah, doo-dah.
Well, that was good for David to come up with. That was okay.
2 outs and the bases are empty in the 5th. A 3-0 lead for the Mets. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Latos gets Duda on the slider. And in order go the New York Mets. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mets 3, Padres 9.
Everyone's commitment. National Commission of Human Rights.
Scott VR. Weekday mornings at 6. XX 1090.
We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. A 3-0 lead for the New York Mets. It'll be Rob Johnson. Actually, it's Aaron Cunningham leading off. Johnson's picture on the board, but Cunningham with a swinging bunt up the right first base side. It'll be fielded there by G. He'll throw on to first in time.
Yeah, Cunningham's had a tough time. He's 0 for 8 in this series. Hasn't hit it yet.
And that putout goes 1-3. And now Rob Johnson will come up. 3-0 lead for the Mets here in this 5th. Bottom 5 brought to you by Collins Family Jewelers. You know the 4 C's of diamond quality. Remember the 5th, the most important C. That is Collins Family Jewelers.
Well, the problem with the Padres, the final 3 hitters, 178, 194, and .077. Not much bat in there. You know, it's a third of your lineup not producing much.
So here is Rob Johnson. Struck out to end the 2nd against Dylan G. Fastball strike outside corner, 0-1.
Well, for a young guy, G's doing a pretty good job today. Not bad at all, in fact. Got to give him credit.
Now the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball sharply third, but foul, and it's 0-2. Got out in front of the changeup. Other games tonight will be the Brewers hosting the Dodgers. Milwaukee has won 5 straight, as we've mentioned. They have a 7-game lead over the Cardinals.
Yeah, where'd that happen all of a sudden? It seemed like you blinked and there were 5 games on their side.
Pitch to Johnson, low and outside, ball 1, 1-2.
One club gets hot, the other goes into the tank, and suddenly you got a big lead.
Pittsburgh has a game against the Cardinals. They're actually underway too. Cardinals have a 3-0 lead in the 3rd inning. Foul ball auto play right side. Alan Craig is at a home run, his 5th. Also underway, Cincinnati leading 1-0 at Washington. Joey Votto with his 20th home run of the year. That's in the 4th inning. Rockies taking on the Marlins later on tonight as well. Now the 1-2 pitch again, fouled out to play right side.
Well, he jacked up a little speed on the fastball. That was in 91. Normally we wouldn't see much of that for the first 3 innings.
And that's been a very efficient outing here for Dylan G as well. He's only at 64 pitches right now. Latos was heading up towards 100. Time called at home plate. Rob Johnson will step out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on him with 1 away.
I think you're going to see Latos a lot of 100 games through 5 or 6. Pitches, because he's that kind of a pitcher.
Yeah, power pitchers usually do mount those pitch counts.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2 way outside, and it's 2-2. That was the one thing about Corey Lupke's outing last night. I mean, you'd love to have seen Lupke be able to stay in a game longer. But the pitch count got up there in 6 innings. He threw 96 pitches.
He's a pretty good young pitcher, I might add.
Absolutely. He's got legitimate stuff. Here's the 2-2. Outside, full count, 3-2. So Latos is in the on-deck circle. No activity in the Padre bullpen. And a 3-2 pitch to Johnson. Low and outside, ball 4. He walked him. 1-out walk. Third one issued today by Dylan G. Will go along with 4 strikeouts, and Matt Latos will come to the plate.
Hey, bring your family, friends, and co-workers to a Padres game with Padres group tickets. Groups as small as 20. Well, you can enjoy big savings over gate prices, special seating, a scoreboard welcome, which is a thrill in itself, and a lot more. Petco Park also offers several exclusive facilities that fit your group's needs. We'll tell you about that in just a minute and what to call in a second.
Latos squaring to bunt. And it came in on him, and he bunted it foul. 0-1.
Well, if you want to be one of those groups, do it this way. Call this number, 619-795-5555. Get your group together and have some fun. That's as small as 20 people. Not bad.
So Latos will look down at the sign of Glenn Hoffman, get back into the batter's box. Rob Johnson, the runner at first base. 3-0 Mets in the 5th inning. Latos again squaring. Pitch comes by G and jabs at it, butts it foul right side this time. 0-2.
Well, you get a fastball coming in, close to 90, and you're punching at it. You're in trouble. You got to let the ball hit your bat and draw it. You can't push out, which he just did and missed it.
That's how you deaden it.
Yep.
That's a natural.
It's easy to talk about.
Oh, absolutely.
Andy, let's face it, but basically,
tough to do.
You're taught that from day one. Don't push at a bunt ball unless it's a changeup or something.
Again, he squares at 0-2, gets it down in front of home plate. One play only. It'll be first base. Nice job with 2 strikes by Matt Latos. He'll advance the runner to second base on a sacrifice that goes 2-4.
I'd say that was some bunt at that. Consider the pitch of the ball, the height, outstanding. So we'll give you credit for that.
That's his 5th sacrifice bunt of the year. And now at second base is Rob Johnson. Top of the order, Will Venable, 0-2. Will come up here against Dylan G.
Yeah, breaking the spell of not being able to score is a good time to do it right now in the 5th inning. Then you can work on it from that point.
Start chipping away. Still some time left. But you got to get moving. G with a look back at second, down to the plate, and fires an off-speed pitch in for a strike. Good curveball, 0-1.
I'm wondering if that shadow may have a factor. The pitcher's out there nearly on in the sun, and everything's black up in front, so you got to be careful.
And now G wants Tully to go back to the signs. Change him with a runner at second base. Especially with a catcher at second base looking into the signs. 0-1 pitch. Venable chops it foul off his body right there at home plate. He is limping around.
I haven't asked a lot, but do we have players that are on second base give signs to the hitter? You can do it if you get the same guy and have a constant lineup. We do not have that constant lineup.
Right. I think your chances would be better, though, with a catcher standing there at second base, kind of understanding the sequence of signs that maybe the Mets are going through. But I guess even if you know what's coming, it's still hard to hit.
Well, if you make a mistake and give the wrong sign, you got a problem.
Good point.
It'll
think
never
about it
happen
that way.
again.
Yeah. 3-0 Mets in the 5th. Padres threatening here with a man in scoring position and 2 away. No balls, 2 strikes. The count here on Will Venable. The pitch by G. High fly ball in a shallow center. Angel Pagan drifting to his right. He's under it. He's got it. And that is the Padres' 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. After 5 innings, it's the Mets 3 and the Padres nothing. This is Padre Baseball, XX 1090, and the Padres. with a paid game ticket. Tickets are available right now. Padres.com/Dirks. DIERKS. And don't forget about Sunday with the ceremonies to retire the number 51 for the great Trevor Hoffman. Again, if you're coming to the ballpark, we urge you to be in your seats by 12:30. One of those ceremonies will start. Ground ball off the bat of Jason Bay on the first pitch to short. Bartlett up with it onto first base. Close play, but out. And out number 1.
I'm amazed it was that close. That guy went down the line in a hurry.
So for the first time activity in the Padres bullpen, it's Pat Neshek up. As Latos, a couple of pitches shy of the century mark with 100.
Well, you know, they're still nursing him along as a young pitcher. They don't want him to hurt his arm at this stage of the game.
3-0 Mets in the 6th, and Pridey will take a good fastball strike on the inside corner. 0-1.
Like Clayton Richard, nobody thought much about it. All of a sudden, he's got a bad arm,
yeah.
and he's maybe done for the year.
0-1 pitch. Pridey ground ball foul first base. 0-2.
I don't remember that, where they protected young pitchers so much the way they do today. They really are careful to not overdo it.
There's a theory about innings and doubling them from the year before. 1-2 check swing roller foul first base. And I guess they've done some studies and crunched the numbers and figure that there's a higher percentage of injury with guys that have doubled or gone over double of what they have thrown the year before. There comes the 0-2 pitch again to Pridey. In there for strike 3 call. He knew it too. Right down the middle.
I must say, as an infielder, I never knew anything about a sore arm. And I threw an awful lot.
Yeah.
Never had a sore arm. But when you're pitching, it's a different animal completely.
A lot more stress.
Well, you know, you're putting a little more oomph into it.
I like that. Can you spell that for me?
Oomph, yeah. U-M-P-H-Y.
Here's Tolley. And he'll take the curve into the dirt for ball 1. 3-0 Mets in the 6th. It's been 3-0 ever since the 3rd. A 3-run homer by David Wright.
Yeah, 1 pitch.
That is the difference. It was Wright's 10th home run and the 12th that Latos has surrendered this year. Ground ball foul right side, right around the Padre first base dugout. 1-1.
Well, one thing that hurt that inning, when Willie Harris hit a ball on the ground, they gambled to throw the ball to second and blew the play, and that gave him the extra run. You'd rather have 2-0 than 3-0 at this stage.
1-1 the count on Tolley. The pitch by Latos. Over the plate, but a little high, and it's 2-1.
Tell you one thing, if you're on the Padre Ball Club and you get into the bullpen, you're going to see a lot of action. They use their bullpen a lot.
2-1 pitch. Outside now 3-1.
Those are big misses, too. Not little. That was over his head.
Ruben Tejada, the shortstop, in the number 8 spot, is standing on deck. Well beyond the on-deck circle. We've noticed that nobody stands out in that circle anymore.
No, it's against the rule. That's where you're supposed to be, basically, folks, in the on-deck circle. But it's made out of rubber, and you can't dig your spikes in there.
3-1, foul left side into the terrace, actually into the upper deck. And it's full, 3-2. Neshek throwing as now Josh Spence has also gotten up. Full count pitch to Tolley. High fly ball to center field. Maben started in, now backpedaling a couple of steps, camping under it. He's got it. And the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Mets here in the 6th. We go to the bottom. It's the Mets 3 and the Padres nothing. This is Padre Baseball, XX 1090, and the Padres. And that was retired on an amazing double play started by Dylan G. As he reached behind him without even looking. Backhanded stab and started the 1-6-3 double play.
Shows you what those big gloves will do for you.
Pitch to Bartlett is strike one. Goes off speed to start.
You folks who don't know that they have regulation sizes for various gloves for various positions. And they're big.
0-1. Missing outside. Back-to-back changeups. It's 1-1.
This could be the best time. You got the 2, 3, 4 hitters, then the 5 hitter coming up. So you got guys who know what they're doing. Let's see if they can make it work.
1-1 on the way. Bartlett takes it in on the hands, and it's 2-1. Jason Bartlett has driven in a run in 8 of his last 12 games, and that means he is getting some big hits lately. 2-1. Delayed call, strike on the outside corner, 2-2. Tough to tell where Todd Tischner's strike zone is today. 2-2. Bartlett swings and foul tips it right into the glove of Tolley. Strikeout. And that's out number 1 in the 6th inning. That'll bring up Cameron Maben.
Hey, gang, visit GTM Discount General Stores in Santee and Lemon Grove for up to 70% off HD TVs, electronics, furniture, groceries, designer fashion for the family, and a lot more. Click GTMstores.com for valuable coupons.
So here's Maben. Officially 1 for 1 with a double and a walk, and he was tagged out at third base to end the 4th inning. David Wright behind the bag, bluffed to throw to first base and caught Cameron off the bag. He'll take a first pitch fastball low for ball 1.
Well, that's one time where Cameron's speed hurt him because he's going so fast he couldn't stop and put on the brakes.
G's 1-0 pitch. And Maben grounds it right back to the mound. Fielded front side there by G. He'll run it a little bit over there and then throw on to first base in time for out number 2. That'll bring up Jesus Guzman. 3-0 New York.
You know, and after the 2 hits in the first inning, the Padres have been stopped cold. Nothing really dangerous.
Yeah, the only hit since the first inning was in the 4th. They credited Forsythe with an infield single on the play that Wright grabbed down the line there and ended up tagging out Cameron Maben for the final out.
They gave him a hit.
They gave him an infield single, yeah.
Okay, now I got to change my record. 7-6. I'm behind the count.
It's okay.
I'm concerned he was out.
It does happen.
Yeah.
Had only one other base runner since that time, and that was the walk to Rob Johnson in the 5th.
Well, the way the Padres started in that first inning, I thought they were going to get 20 runs.
Swing and a miss by Guzman, 0-1.
I'll say one thing about G. He has been outstanding. I mean, not good, outstanding.
Like a machine.
Yep.
Now the wind for his 0-1 to Guzman. Tap foul, third base side.
You know, Guzman, who is always a solid hitter, looks very uncomfortable against this guy. He's really handled him well so far.
Kind of keeping him off balance. First time the G has ever faced the Padres in his career. And his 0-2 to Guzman is high, ball 1, 1-2.
Reaching back with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. He didn't do that until about the 2nd or 3rd inning. A little bitter stuff now.
1-2 pitch. Ground ball, shortstop. Tejada tracking that one. Glove, grab, throw to first in time. And 1-2-3 go the San Diego Padres in the 6th. We've played 6 innings. Mets 3, Padres nothing. This is Padre Baseball, Double X 1090 in the Padres Radio Network. by David Wright. That's the only scoring in this game. 3-0 Mets. As we move to the top of the 7th inning, Matt only gave up 4 hits, but 3 runs earned. A couple of walks and 6 strikeouts in 6 innings. So here's Neshek. He of the funky delivery, and a first pitch tried to bunt, and Tejada came up empty. And it is strike 1. So Neshek has kind of ridden that little shuttle between San Diego and Tucson. Up and down, up and down. Here comes the 0-1, and that's inside 1-1. So Neshek, in now his 4th stint with the Padres, acquired off of waivers from the Minnesota Twins late in spring training. Here comes the 1-1. And the pitch on the way is slammed in towards right center field. It's going to get through for a base hit. Road Dog's trying to move over as though he might have a play, but it gets into right for a single. Dylan G will come up. It's funny. I remember talking to Neshek when we were in Minneapolis, and I said, you know, I'm having a hard time coming up with something to describe exactly what it is you're doing out there with all that motion, the arms, the legs, and everything. He says, you know what, I have nothing for you. So I can't describe it either. Pitch in for a strike, nothing in 1. When he's in his windup, he finishes by actually pointing toward the sky. He had no idea that he was doing that until one time he looked at the videotape of it and had no clue that he was even doing it. Pitch inside to G, and it hit him on the leg. He's in pain. Rolled over right around home plate. Training staff, manager Terry Collins out to take a look. He is limping. He squared the bunt, and the slider came in on him and got a good portion of his leg.
Maybe the only way we'll get him out of there.
Take another look at it.
Ooh.
Got him on the back knee, the right knee. That's where it was, and that'll smart. Training staff out to take a look at him. Mets will get somebody up in the bullpen just to be sure here. It'll put runners on now at first and second base with nobody out. Back to the top of the order for the Mets, and that'll be Angel Pagan, who has singled and scored a run in the game. Bobby Parnell gets up and begins to watch the game there from the mound, but G is going to stay in the game. Walking very slowly up that first base line toward first base.
That's a tough way to start an inning. You come in to slow things down. You got 2 men on, nobody out all of a sudden.
So Pagan will get a personal conference here from Chip Hale, the third base coach, who is on the dirt portion right around home plate now. He'll walk back up the third baseline. Mets leading 3-0 here in the 7th inning. And now men on at first and second with nobody out. And the switch hitter Pagan from the left side against Neshek.
Gonna look for a bunt on him, maybe. You never know.
Neshek ready. He does square to bunt. Jabs at it, missed it. Now they got the man heading toward third base. He'll slide in safely head first. Johnson threw behind him. Tejada got a good break and gets to third base.
This is going the wrong way in a hurry.
So a stolen base, number 2 of the year for Tejada. On the failed bunt attempt, he was moving toward the bag at third. The throw went to second. And no return throw to third base. So now they're at the corners with nobody out. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Forsythe about even with the bag now at third. Neshek's 1-0, and Pagan takes a strike on the outside corner. It evens up at a ball and a strike.
They're playing short and second back for the double play, but you hate to give up a run at this stage of the game. Padres haven't hit much, and they only got 3 more innings to do anything.
1-1 the count. Neshek is set. And a throw to first base, and G is back on the bag. One ball, 1 strike to count. 3-0 Mets in the 7th inning, and a pitch outside for a ball, 2-1.
Yeah, one thing about the Padres on September the 1st, when you go up the roster the 40 men, you're going to see a lot of people you've never heard of before. They'll be running around out there. So you better keep track.
Yeah, we'll get on that. 2-1 the count. And a pitch outside, 3-1.
This could be a very difficult inning.
Phillies have tied the Diamondbacks. The 2-2 game now, top of the 5th inning at Citizens Bank Park. Giants with a 4-run fourth now lead at Atlanta 5-1 in the bottom of the 4th. 3-1, ground ball sharply first base. Speared there by Guzman. Tagged the bag, throws to the plate. Not in time. Tejada's going to score on a fielder's choice, where Guzman took the ball at the bag, stepped on it, and then threw home, but a little bit late. And Tejada slides in. It's 4-0 Mets.
No, he hesitated when he did it. Instead of just turning and throwing, he had to look twice and pumped, and it was too late. He just threw it. He had him. It's a reaction play. Didn't work.
So 3 unassisted. RBI there for Pagan. As Tejada will score. And G now at second base with 1 away. Looked like just for a split second the ball kind of got out of the hand of Guzman as he was trying to take it out of his glove. But the Mets score a big add-on run here in the 7th inning to lead 4-0.
It's a pretty short RBI, too.
1-0 outside, 2-0. Ishak has been behind pretty much every hitter he's looked at here.
He's not having a good outing at all, really. He's got to pick it up a little bit and in a hurry.
Not close, outside, 3-0. Ishak to the set position, 3-0, not close at all, ball 4.
He may not last much longer.
And now David Wright, who already has a 3-run homer in this game. That came in the 3rd inning. Previous to this inning, that was the last time anybody scored. Mets have a run here in the 7th and lead 4-0. 1 away and men on at first and second. And Wright 1 for 3 in the game.
Oh, what a one.
And a curve in for a strike. 0-1. Josh Spence continuing to loosen up for the Padres in the bullpen.
Well, he'll come in with a left-hander coming on behind, right? Duda.
0-1. Hit well into left field. Backing up is Aaron Cunningham. He has room. He makes the catch. Everybody hangs on. First and second, a big second out. And Lucas Duda will come to the plate. And Buddy Black inching up the staircase there on the dugout right side, first base. He'll head out, and he is going to make a pitching change. So Josh Spence will come in and work to Lucas Duda with 2 away. Runners on at first and second. The Mets have scored a run. We're in this 7th inning. Mets 4, Padres nothing. Back with more in a moment. This is Padre Baseball, XX 1090 in the Padres radio. that Alberto Gonzalez made a great stab on at shortstop, but had really no play. And that was the winning run that wound up crossing home plate. So Spence will work to the lefty Duda with runners on at first and second. We're in the 7th inning. 2 outs and a 4-0 Mets lead. Again, the story on Spence, a fast riser, drafted in 2010. And a first pitch fastball low for a ball.
That's the pitch he wanted. You get that first pitch over like that. It was a good spot, but just off the plate. Then you got the curveball coming, which will kill left-hand batters. But now he's got to work on something different.
Not a blazer by any stretch. 1-0. And a swing and a foul tip held by Rob Johnson. But back-to-back fastballs, 1-1.
Threw a fastball by him at 86.
The league is thinking
location.
Thinking slider too. You know, he's been throwing that pitch a lot. 1-1 now to Duda. Strike called on the outside corner. Excellent location. 3 straight fastballs. 1 and 2.
That's amazing because we've never seen him do that. Anytime he went in, he comes to that breaking ball immediately against the left-handers. Let's see what happens now.
Might be time for that sweeping slider. But he's had success with the fastball. 1-2 pitch. Grounded foul first base side. He went back to the fastball again. 4 straight.
I know. First time he's ever done that. Well, I think what happens with a guy like this left-hander is you got to be careful not to keep coming breaking ball. He's trying to change the pace a little bit. Maybe that'll help.
Give batters something else to think about. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Went to the slider. And he got him swinging. Nice job by Josh Spence. And good pitch calling there by Rob Johnson.
Amen.
A run is in, though. 1 run.
Institute.
You're listening to Padres baseball on XX 1090.
Back at Petco here in the 7th inning. 4-0 in favor of the Mets. Andy Mazer alongside Jerry Coleman. Ted Leitner rejoins us tomorrow as the Florida Marlins will come into town for the beginning of a 4-game series. And speaking of Ted, his stats are very good. In fact, great with Metafast. 40 pounds lost. He's keeping them off with Metafast. For a center near you, 1-888-9-METAFAST or go to mymetaFastSanDiego.com. So here's Orlando Hudson. First pitch swing, line drive, base hit right field, maybe extra bases into the corner. Hudson rounding first, on his way to second. He'll pull in with a lead double.
Well, the big thing is that leg injury hurt him. We're going to find out. Incidentally, I want you fans to get to the ballpark early this Sunday, August 21. Going to be part of history as your Padres honor the all-time saves leader. That's Trevor Hoffman. Who else? It's at a special pregame retirement ceremony. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime event. Get your tickets before they're gone at Padres.com/Trevor. And don't forget, be there by 12:30. That's important.
Yeah, you don't want to miss anything.
No kidding.
So a base runner in scoring position for the Padres here, and Logan Forsythe at the plate. He'll take ball one from Dylan G.
Well, G got hit in the leg, and I don't know whether that hit by Hudson has anything to do with it, but we'll find out. But he may be giving ground a little bit. We'll find out in the 7th inning, too.
Now the 1-0 pitch. Forsythe swings and fouls it at the plate. 1-1. 22,089 in the ballpark today.
If you weren't here today, you missed something. I'll tell you what, never mind the game. The weather itself, the whole atmosphere is spectacular.
4-0 Mets. 7th inning. Pitch by G. Outside. Good eye there by Forsythe. 2-1. Two and one. G set. And his delivery. And Forsythe chops it foul third base right beyond Glenn Hoffman. Now Curtis Granderson has hit his 34th home run of the year for the New York Yankees. A 1-0 lead at Kansas City in the 2nd inning.
Having a pretty good year, I would guess, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Not bad.
Two and two on Forsythe. And the pitch in the air, foul right side, out of play. Dylan G heading up towards 100 pitches. That was number 90. So that's some good stuff. A 91-mile-an-hour fastball right there. Count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes on Logan Forsythe. Nobody out in the 7th. Padres need a rally right here. Got the lead man out at second base. The double by the O-Dog. 2-2. Forsythe ground ball to the shortstop. It has to hold Hudson. Tejada will throw to first and just get Forsythe, and out number 1.
Well, one thing the Padres don't have, they don't have a left-hand bat on the bench. And they only have 4 extra players. They've got more pitchers than most clubs, where they cut back on one of their back guys.
So here is Aaron Cunningham at the plate. Cunningham 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. He is now 0 for 8 in the series. And the pitch right in there for a strike. Changeup, 0-1. Brewers and Dodgers are underway. There was no score after 2 innings in Milwaukee. Left-hander Tim Burdack is up and throwing for the Mets in their bullpen down the right field line. As Cunningham lays off, a pitch bending outside, 1-1. Orlando Hudson getting his lead at second base. 4-0 Mets, the 1-1, and a little tapper foul at home plate. It's 1-2.
Well, G doing a pretty good job coming into the 7th inning. A little bit long in the count as far as pitches are concerned. He's going to be up at 100 before this inning's over, so you don't know how the managers are going to handle it. He's a young guy, may get him out of there.
And the Mets bullpen not exactly good. Here comes a 1-2 pitch now from Dylan G. Cunningham fouls it out of play, straight back. To give you an idea about the difference between the Padres bullpen, which of course we're very spoiled to have here. Padres bullpen comes in with an ERA at an even 3. The Mets at 4.25. They're second to last in the National League.
Not good. Not good.
1-2 by Dylan G. High fly ball into center field is chasing Pagan back, still reaching, can't make it. It's going to go against the wall. Orlando Hudson can just jog home on an RBI double by Aaron Cunningham. The Padres are on the board. It's 4-1.
And as you mentioned, that his first hit in the series. What a big one that is.
That ball seemed to fool Pagan out there in center as well.
He didn't get a good jump. You're right.
He started in and then moved back. And it finally bounced up against the wall. And allowed Hudson to score easily. The first Padre run of the day. And right back in is a man in scoring position. And Nick Hundley has grabbed the bat. He's going to hit for Rob Johnson.
Well, Hundley got off to a great start, as you recall. Then he went in the tank. Then he got injured. Then he came back, was sensational again. So he's had 2 big streaks and 1 not so good.
Dan Worthen, the pitching coach, going to run out and stall a little time to give Burdack some more time to get loose down the right field line.
I'm surprised they don't have just right-handers going there, because the bullpen is all right-handed. Darnell, Blank, Gonzalez, Hundley, all right-hand batters.
We do have a righty up now. Manny Acosta has also gotten up. Righty and a lefty in their bullpen. Joe Thatcher has been throwing for the Padres. So Nick Hundley will come up as a pinch hitter. He had 2 triples in last night's game. He went 3 for 4. Had a couple of hits in the first game of this series as well.
Well, Buddy Black is doing something he doesn't really like to do. He's using his last available catcher. If he gets hurt, you got a problem.
4-1 Mets. 7th inning. 1 away. Runner at second base. And Hundley is the pinch hitter. Hundley dribbles the first one foul, third base side. The question then becomes emergency catchers. Who are they on your baseball team?
They'll find somebody. Maybe Blanks. Or Gonzalez.
Buddy Black says Gonzalez is one of them. Okay. And also Logan Forsythe. You never wanted to get to that point.
You never know.
No balls and a 1 strike on Nick Hundley. Here's the pitch. High fly ball into right field. Not going to carry. Actually coming in now is Pridey. He'll make the catch. And holding at second base is Cunningham. So now with 2 away, another pinch hitter coming up. Kyle Blanks will bat in the pitcher's spot. We were told that Kyle left yesterday's game with a little bit of a back issue to tighten up on him a little bit, but he's fine today. So the big burly right-handed bat that is, will face Dylan G.
Number 88, he chose that and he's got it. Not many people fight for 88.
Looks like a tight end.
Yeah.
In the NFL.
He's big enough to be.
Got that big number 88 on the back. 4-1 Mets. 7th inning, runner at second base, and now 2 away for Kyle Blanks. G's pitch. Blanks takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Well, anybody on the Padre Ball Club could see a home run making it a 1-run game. You got the guy up there that can do it. Blanks, big, strong guy, 3 homers. Been up only 72 times, but he's got the power.
Look back at second for Cunningham, and the pitch outside. Good job to check. The cutter moving away on pitch number 100 for Dylan G.
I think he's coming to the end of the line, frankly. I don't know how far, but behind Blanks is another guy with power, Will Venable.
1-1 the count on Kyle Blanks. Pitch on the way. Check the swing. Takes it just low and outside. 2-1.
That was a good pitch, actually. I thought he was going to go for it, and he held off at the last instant, just in time.
It's been a bit of an inconsistent strike zone, especially on the outside portion to right-hand batters by Todd Tishner all day long for both teams. Two-one pitch. Outside again. 3-1.
That was way outside. So what do we got? Got the left-hander throwing to the bullpen. Got a left-hand bat waiting. He walks him. The time run comes up.
A look at second. Now the 3-1 to Blanks. Strike outside corner. Same spot the last one was. It was called a ball.
Very close.
Full count, 3-2.
I don't think you take much up there, Andy. You better be swinging no matter what.
Oh, yeah. Dylan G ready to go. Here's the 3-2. Blanks takes it outside. Ball 4, first and second.
Well, they got to bring the left-hander in now. Yeah, here he comes.
So it's Eric Collins out of the dugout in very quick order. And with Will Venable scheduled to hit, the left-hander Burdak is coming in. We'll tell you more about him in just a moment. Padres with 2 on and 2 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. A run is home. Mets leading, though, 4-1 over the Padres here. Back with more in a moment. Padre Baseball double. He represents the tying run at home plate. 54th appearance for Burdak. And a first pitch ball outside.
Well, Burdak's been in pro ball since 1994. Baltimore, Kansas City, Houston, been around a lot. Detroit a little bit.
.5'11", 190-pounder. Can't agree on the sign with Tolley, so they'll chat. In the meantime, we remind you Padre Baseball being brought to you tonight by Walmart. Get low prices every day on everything you need for back to school. Save money. Live better. Walmart. So that brief conversation has broken up. And the Padres are into the Mets bullpen. And the pitch to Darnell. He checks and takes a strike. So the count evens at a ball to strike. James Darnell recorded his first big league hit against these New York Mets on the previous road trip. 1-1, nowhere close, outside, 2-1.
You talk about a big miss. That was a foot off the plate.
Well, again, the bullpen of the New York Mets, 27th in the majors. At least a run against one of these pitchers in 15 of the last 19 games. 2-1. Darnell takes it outside, 3-1.
Wow. Well, Darnell's 25, just turned 25. Let's see what they can do. And behind him, you got a professional moving in and waiting, Bartlett.
And you got a right-hander warming up to greet him if that is the case. So Burdack ready on the 3-1. Outside, ball 4. They're loaded.
Wow.
And again, Terry Collins out of the dugout, and he wants the right-hander. Manny Acosta had been loosening up, and he will be the man summoned into this game. The bases are loaded with 2 away. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. The tying run is on. The go-ahead run will be at home plate in the person of Jason Bartlett. 4-1 Mets in the 7th. Back with more in a moment. Padre Baseball, XX 1090. Bags are loaded. First pitch to Bartlett. He'll take in the dirt. Ball 1.
I tell you what, you couldn't ask for a better man than Bartlett to be up in the spot like this with the bases loaded, a chance to maybe get into the game. We'll see.
Bartlett 1 for 3 in the game, a first inning single. And the 1-0. In for a strike on the outside corner. Fastball at 95. 1-1.
Acosta spent 9 years in the minor leagues before he got to the big leagues. He had not been a great pitcher, but you never know. Throwing a baseball can be deceptive.
.6'4", 215-pound. Manny Acosta from Panama. 1-1 to Bartlett. Checked the swing, took the slider for a strike. And I don't blame the crowd for groaning on that one. That was borderline in the left-hand batter's box. And it was just off the shoe tops. And it changes the entire complexion of an at-bat. You go from it should have been 2-1 to 1-2. Now the 1-2 set. Here comes the pitch by Acosta. And a high fly ball down the right field line and foul and out of play.
Pretty good muscle on that fastball.
95 again.
Yeah, suddenly, I don't know where that came from. Suddenly he blew one in there.
Bobby Parnell again warming up for the Mets. He had that 100-mile-an-hour fastball the other night.
Tough pitch to hit, even if you can see it.
He's the one that gave up the tying run the other night to Jesus Guzman in the pinch. Well, now the bases are loaded. Padres down 3 in the 7th inning. 1-2 pitch again to Jason Bartlett. Here it comes. And a swing and a miss. Blew it right by him. 96 MPH. And the inning is over. Padres leave them loaded, but they do score a run on a couple of base hits. We have played 7. Mets 4, Padres 1. This is Padre Baseball, XX 1090 in the Padres Radio Network.
Do you suffer from erectile dysfunction or premature issues?
Thatcher. Kyle Blanks remains in the game in left field. That'll move Cunningham from left to right. And Nick Hundley also staying in the game, and he will catch. So he'll put Thatcher, if you're scoring, in the number 1 spot in the batting order, replacing Will Venable. So Jason Bay will be the first man to face Joe Thatcher here. 4-1 lead for the Mets in the 8th inning. First pitch on the way, and the slider low and in for ball 1. So G 6 2/3, 5 hits, a run earned, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. And the 1-0 now to Bay, low and in, 2-0. Thatcher just getting his feet under him here. Missed most of the season with a shoulder injury, had a little surgery. First outing was August 5th in Pittsburgh, 2-0. A little low, 3-0.
That's not good. Get that first guy.
3-0 to Bay, who was 0 for 3. Man, that's not close. Inside, walked him on 4 pitches. So the lead man on for the New York Mets in the 8th. And that'll bring to the plate Jason Pridey. So Pridey is 0 for 2 with a walk. And a runner on now with nobody out in the top of the 8th inning. Thatcher's pitch is a slider outside, ball 1. He has thrown 5 consecutive balls.
He's had trouble, big time.
Nick Hundley will run out and talk to him.
Hey, are your pets at the top of their game? Well, they can be when you feed Petco Certified Nutrition. It's food that meets their standards for essential, advanced, and natural nutrition. Learn more at petco.com/certified Petco, where the healthiest pets go. That's where they're all healthy over there because they take Petco food.
1 ball, no strikes, and a throw to first, and they'll check on Jason Bay. Does have 10 stolen bases on the year. You wouldn't expect him to be running, but you never know. Only a 3-run lead. Still permissible by those quote-unquote unwritten baseball rules.
You got a left-hand pitcher to face, though. Sometimes those moves can be very deceptive.
A 1-0 pitch, a bunt up the third base side, a good one. Forsythe will glove on the run, throw to first. They just get him by a step. Nice bunt there by Pridey, but an even better play by Logan Forsythe, hustling in from third base. And I also love what I saw with Nick Hundley. Nick Hundley, the catcher, noticing that Forsythe was the man coming in, ran into third base to cover the bag at third, just in case the ball got away, and Bay took third.
Hey, Hundley's a smart and a very, very aggressive player. Very smart. You better be for a catcher.
So a sacrifice complete. And now Josh Tolley will come to the plate with a runner at second base. Jason Bay with 1 away. Thatcher on the mound. Looks back at the runner and now to the plate. And the slider didn't. It's inside, ball 1.
He's just not as sharp as he was.
Yeah.
Last year he'd be ahead of these guys and out in front. But he's really fighting to get the ball over the plate this time.
I love pointing out when guys do a little bit more than their job, just realizing the situation. And that was certainly the case with Nick Hundley. As a catcher, you don't expect to see a guy covering third base.
That's a routine play, though. He knows it.
Yeah.
It broke immediately down there.
Absolutely.
You're right.
Good work by Nick. 1-0 pitch. Line down the left field line. It's slicing foul and will get out of play. So it's even, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a 4-1 lead for the Mets. They scored 3 in the third on a David Wright 3-run homer off Matt Latos. Added a big run in the 7th inning when Pagan grounded one back to Guzman at first base. He tagged the bag and then had a little trouble getting the ball toward home plate. But the Padres answered on back-to-back doubles. Actually, not back-to-back, but 2 doubles in the 7th. Hudson leading off, and then 1 out later was Cunningham, got him home. Pitch outside, 2-1.
Well, those aren't even close. I mean, they're a foot out there, way out there.
So Joe Thatcher. And there goes Bay toward third, a swing and a foul tip at the plate. Bay had a good jump.
They got a break.
So overall here for Joe Thatcher, just his 4th appearance. He's pitched in 2 2/3 innings to this point. Two and two, and just got a piece to Tolley. That's a good
pitch
slider.
he needs right there. That was outstanding.
It's like a little something off that slider.
Whatever it was, he got it over the plate.
Yeah, it's nice. Nice pitch.
Better keep his eye on that guy at second base. He may get anxious again to take off.
Now the 2-2, and again the slider checked on, and he did hold up. It's full, 3-2. So Thatcher ready for a 3-2 delivery to Josh Tolley. Here it comes. And he swings and fouls it back to the screen. Went back to the fastball.
But not a lot around it. 84. That's not going to blow it by anybody unless you get it in exactly the right spot.
Three and two. And a pitch just inside, ball 4. Boy, Thatcher wanted that call, didn't get it. Looked like it was the same spot that was called a strike on Bartlett, but not here. And now they're on at first and second with only one away.
Well, Tejada is one of those guys that's a pest. Not a big hitter, but a pest.
So Darren Balsley is going to run out now to chat. Anthony Bass begins to loosen for the Padres in the bullpen.
Hey, Bass got pretty good stuff, Andy. We've seen him a couple of times. He can throw the ball quite well.
And after a very brief conversation, Todd Tishner marching out to break up the conversation. Reminder for you also, folks, on Friday night, August 19th, that's this Friday, Padres and Marlins at 7:05. It's Tony Hawk night. He's going to throw out the first pitch. He's going to have some bobbleheads available to the first 5,000 who buy their tickets at Padres.com/Tony Hawk. All the proceeds from the ticket sales will benefit the Tony Hawk Foundation. Also, the postgame fireworks show will follow the ball game. The tickets are available right now for Friday night's game. It'll be game 2 of the 4-game series against the Marlins at Padres.com. So Nick Huntley will go through some signs not only for the pitcher but for the infielders as well, with first and second and one out. And Tejada at the plate. Scott Hairston has a bat. He's in the on-deck circle to bat for the pitcher. And Thatcher will whirl towards second base without making a throw. Tejada steps out, then steps back into the batter's box on the right side. Runners on at first and second. Here's the pitch. Tejada chops it foul. Third base into the dugout.
That ball almost hit him. Way inside.
Swinging in self-defense. Well, the Phillies have scored a couple in the 7th inning. 2-run double by Wilson Valdez, and it's a 4-2 lead for the Phillies over the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the 7th inning. Giants continue to lead 5-1 in Atlanta. They're in the 8th. Again, Thatcher whirls to second. So the lead for the Diamondbacks was 3.5 coming in. So if everything holds up the way it is right now, it'll be a 2.5 game bulge in the National League West. And a pitch swung on and fouled by Tejada right back over the screen. 0-2.
It's a good fastball. Got in on him.
Twins out to a 3-2 lead at Detroit. Jim Thome hit home run number 601 tonight.
Isn't that amazing? There's 3 of them in the last 2 days. Amazing.
No balls and 2 strikes on Tejada. Here comes the pitch by Joe Thatcher. Missing I guess outside, 1-2.
Well, Mr. Hairston's in the on-deck circle. He killed the Padres yesterday. Or was it the day before? Day before.
1-2 the count. Hudson sneaks in at second, no throw. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit. You can probably hear it in the background as ripping through the microphones down there on the screen by home plate.
Yeah, if you're a left-hand batter, you got the edge because it's blowing that way.
Now the 1-2 by Thatcher is in the air, foul right side, out of play. Falling from the terrace into the lower deck. Almost the entire field now is covered in shade. The only exception is right field, where Aaron Cunningham is standing in the bright sunshine. Everyone else in the shade. And the 1-2 and a check swing on a pitch inside, 2-2. Thatcher would love a strikeout or a ground ball right here with Hairston on deck. 4-1 Mets in the eighth. They have 2 on and 1 away. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, 3-2.
Well, you got to start him. So strike him out, throw him out.
There would be a nice idea. Sure. There they go. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a foul back to the screen. Actually, it wasn't a they. It was just the one. It was Jason Bay, that is, moving from second to third. Totally did not move.
Well, it just shows you everybody doesn't get the sign, you know. Sometimes they don't make it. See what they do this time. Say one thing about Bay. He had a big jump.
Yes, he did.
So if you're going to throw somebody out, throw the guy at first base out.
And Hudson will move in again behind the runner on a bluff throw. 4 runs on only 5 hits for the Mets. Padres same number of hits, but only 1 run. It came in the 7th. Now they both run. The 3-2 pitch is in the air to left. It'll move Kyle Blanks back a couple of steps. He's lining it up, makes the grab. And everybody gets back to their original base. Bay back to second, Tolley back to first. And now with 2 away, pinch hitter Scott Hairston will come to the plate. It is 4-1 Mets. We're in the top of the 8th inning.
Well, Scotty, quite a player for the Padres, no question about it. And they're going to make a change right now to get somebody else in there, like a right-hander maybe, huh?
Anthony Bass will be the man coming out of the bullpen into the ball game. We'll take a quick time out here. Mets have runners on at first and second, 2 away. strikeouts. 13 walks, 11 strikeouts in 20 2/3 innings. But Bass has some good stuff. Good live fastball. And he will face Scott Harrison again, the pinch hitter, with Bay at second and Tolley at first, and now 2 away.
Well, you walk that many in that number of innings. That's too much. Much too much. You get in trouble all the time that way. Let's see if you can overcome it this time.
So Bass out of the stretch. And he comes set, ready to work to Scotty Hairston. First pitch on the way. Inside, almost hit him.
Wow. That thing was about 6 inches farther in. It had him right in the head.
Spinning out of the way of a good live fastball there by Anthony Bass.
That makes you nervous if you hit or no.
That'll get you talking to yourself a little bit, huh? Harrison with a deep breath there at home plate. And gets back into the batter's box. Bass has his sign ready on the 1-0. Checking the runner at second, now to the plate. And he got the pitch in for a strike. He went to the slider. It's 1-1.
The breaking ball, not bad. Fastball, he couldn't find home plate. Breaking ball right over the middle.
Bass has a little bit of deception in that delivery where he kind of shows you the back of his jersey for the slightest of moments. And the 1-1 pitch. High fly ball foul down the left field line and way into the upper deck over there.
The slider again, but it didn't slid enough. So almost was a big, big mistake.
Scott Harrison out in front and could not keep that one fair. Foul by a few sections near the Western Metal Building out in left field. 4-1 Mets, 8th inning. 2 outs, 2 on. 1-2 the count on number 12, Scott Hairston. Pitch by Bass. Little low and outside. Good fastball. 96 miles an hour. 2-2.
That was a good try. Went for the outside corner. Didn't get it, but had it been over it, Harrison would have been gone.
Bass looking in. He's ready to go on a 2-2. Here it comes. Swinging a foul right back to the screen. Another fastball. Took a little something off it to 94 miles an hour.
That's pretty good when you take something off fastball that goes 94. Wow.
How about it, huh?
Amen. He's got good stuff.
Two and two. Count here on Hairston. Bay at second. Tolley at first. 4-1 New York. And time called at home plate.
Do I hear "Let's Go Mets"?
Yeah, you do.
Every time.
A lot of Mets fans right behind their dugout. Third base side. A lot of blue and orange.
Yeah, that's okay. Root for your team. But let's see what happens.
My thought is you wear blue and orange, your money is still green, right?
Yep.
Thank you very much. Hope you had a good time. Here's a 2-2. Little low. It's gone full. 3-2. Runners off on this pitch.
Oh, boy.
That seems pretty basic, but you know, the ability to throw a strike, if everybody could do it, well, then everybody would be pitching, you know?
No kidding. Very tough thing to get the strike in the right spot.
3 balls and 2 strikes on Hairston. Again, the runners will be off on this 3-2 pitch with 2 away in the 8th. There they go, and here it comes. It's low, ball 4. They're loaded.
There's 3 walks in this inning. And no hits.
And here is Angel Pagan. Drove in a run with a ground out back in the 7th.
Switch hitter, you can't change pitchers for him. He'll go the other way.
So now a Met on every base.
They got to be careful. A wild pitch, too. A lot of things can happen.
Pitch to Pagan. He'll take a strike at the knees, and it's no balls, 1 strike. Bass on the 0-1. Low and outside. 1-1 the count. So it's Bay at third, Tolley at second, and now Scott Hairston on at first. And time granted at home plate. Four to 1 New York. Now Bass ready to go. Here's his 1-1. Right down the middle. Strike two.
Pull the string. I like that.
Goes to the changeup after all those fastballs and sliders. Yeah. Not bad.
Well, you can't hit that because you have nothing to look for, and all of a sudden here comes a balloon, and just watch it sail by.
Bass, a Michigan kid. Ready on a 1-2. Here it comes to Pagan, and he laces one into shallow right. Racing in is Cunningham, plays it out of bounds. 1 run is scored. Bay crosses home plate. Tolley will cross home plate as well on a 2-run single by Angel Pagan. And it's now a 6-1 lead for the Mets.
That was the hit of the game right there.
2-strike pitch. As Hairston scampers to third on contact. And Pagan has driven in half the Mets' runs today.
That was the hit.
So those 2 runs are charged to Joe Thatcher. Book is closed on him. 2/3 of an inning. 2 runs earned, 2 walks. And here's Willie Harris. And the old bluff to third, roll to first play. So the Mets are poised to win their first ever series at Petco Park. There's a line smash into left. That's going to fall for a base hit. Here comes Hairston to score. 7-1 New York. RBI single by Willie Harris. Stopping at second is Pagan. Harris drives in his 15th run of the year. Three runs in the inning. All 3 of the base on balls have now come home to score. (7-1) Mets. There's the pitch. Strike call on the outside corner. 0-1.
And this is hitter number 8 here in the 8th inning.
Bass will look back at second, the 0-1. Chopped toward the shortstop. It'll be fielded there by Bartlett. He'll go the short way to second for the force, in the inning has come to an end. But not before the Mets sent 8 to the plate. They scored 3 runs on just 2 hits. They leave a pair. Parnell has come in, a hard-throwing young right-hander. Hit 100 miles an hour on the radar gun a couple of nights ago here. Cameron Maben leads off. Padres down 7-1 here in the 8th inning. Pitch from Parnell, fastball outside, ball 1. The old base on balls.
Yep.
Slows the game down.
2, 3, all scored.
1-0 pitch to Maben. Strike called on the outside corner. Evens it up at a ball and a strike. Now Parnell on the 1-1. And his fastball missing outside. Ball 2, 2-1. Parnell out of North Carolina, 6'4", 200-pounder. He's 26 years of age. There's a called strike, 2-2.
For a guy with his speed, I'm surprised anybody ever hits him. You get the ball up there about 98, 99, that's tough to handle. Get it over the plate, you got him.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cameron Maben down on strikes. 1 away in the Padres' 8th inning. And the batter will be Jesus Guzman. Numbers on Parnell this year: 3-4 and a .431. This is his 39th appearance. He has given up, surprisingly, as Jerry mentioned, with that stuff, 39, now 40 innings. He has given up 46 hits.
Yeah, that is amazing. Those must be mistakes. What else?
So here's Guzman. Jesus is 0 for 3. And the pitch by Parnell, chopped off home plate slowly, left to the mound. David Wright, bare hand pick on the run, throw is in time. This guy's putting on a defensive clinic in this series.
Tell you what, that's a ball you should catch 2 hands then throw. He does it barehanded. Not many people can do it.
He gets a pat on the backside from Parnell. Do or die bare hand pick on the run throw. Got Guzman by plenty.
Yeah, not even close.
You hate to do it, but you have to tip your cap to the other guy when they make a great defensive play.
Oh yeah, I'm not taking anything away from him. I think he may be the best third baseman I've seen in a long time.
So here's Hudson, base is empty, 2 away, bottom 8, 7-1 New York.
Yeah, what Wright does, he makes plays that nobody else can make, and the other ones as well.
He had one of the key plays in this game too earlier as the pitch is outside. Padres had a threat going in the 4th inning with a runner at second base and 1 away. There was a ball hit back of the bag at third. A backhand pick there by Wright. Maben was coming from second to third. Wright made the bluff throw to first base and caught Cameron off the bag and tagged him out for the final out of that inning.
Yeah.
One never knows what might have happened after that. But that was a big play at the time.
He had a series in New York against the Padres that was unbelievable.
2 balls and no strikes on Hudson. Now 3-0 with a pitch low and nowhere close.
And they had some spinal chips earlier this year, and maybe that's why he's not hitting 300, which he usually does. This year he's a little bit below.
But he's hit a home run today, his 10th of the year, a 3-run shot off Matt Latos in the 3rd. And Hudson will take a strike on the outside corner, 3-1.
Yeah, Wright came in at 263. That's about 30, 40 points off his norm. He would have been 300 plus.
Parnell, 3-1 to Orlando Hudson. Line foul, third base side, out of play. 22,089 were here when this game started. Some of whom have already headed to the exits, but some sticking around.
Yeah, once the 3 runs in the 8th inning came in, I think a lot of people got discouraged and took off.
Full count pitch. Ground ball sharply to the second base, right to Willie Harris. He'll glove it, grab it, throw it to first base in time, and the Padres go in order in the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Mets 7, Padres 1. Padre Baseball XX 1090 in the Padres Radio bunch of birds have come out of the field in right field. And Duda hits the first pitch in the air to left. Pretty well smacked. Back is Blanks at the wall, leaping up. And he made the catch. Unbelievable grab by Kyle Blanks. He took a home run away from Lucas Duda.
Well, Blanks could do a little bit more defensively than people give him credit for. That was quite a play.
Smoothly back on it, leaped up, took it away. The home run was robbed by Kyle Blanks right at the wall. Nice catch. He's getting a nice ovation after everyone sees the replay here in the crowd. And a pitch in for a strike to Jason Bay. Nice grab by Kyle Blanks in left.
Well, so far, Bass hasn't fooled anybody, really. He's had a tough time out there.
And a pitch in the dirt, and the count evens at 1-1.
It happens. Sometimes it's just wonderful. Other times it doesn't work too well.
There's a high fly ball on the right side. It'll be Orlando Hudson going out and calling in short right field to make the catch, out number 2.
So Bay went 0 for 12 in this series. Boy, that hurts.
So here is Pridey. With nobody on. And 2 away. And a pitch in for a strike. 0-1. Nice grab by Kyle Blanks, robbing a home run from Lucas Duda. Well, the 0-1 pitch. Pridey swings and fouls late on that swing. It's 0-2. Anthony Bass from the windup. And his 0-2 delivery is a late swing again and a foul to the screen. That was a bailout swing, a 91-mile-an-hour fastball.
That's pretty good stuff.
Another 0-2. And that got inside and bounds away from Nick Hundley. 1-2 the count. Lights are starting to come on. Early evening here in San Diego.
Still plenty of daylight, but
oh yeah,
they do it just in case.
1-2 now, and a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Change up from Anthony Bass. Pridey down on strikes, and the inning is over. We go to the 9th inning. A lot of work to be done here. Padres trailing as the Mets lead 7-1. We head to the 9th inning. Padre baseball. So Igarashi will take over on the mound here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Padres trailing 7-1. Forsythe, Cunningham, and Hundley are the scheduled hitters. As I mentioned, the Mets had never won a series here at Petco Park, but they are in good position to do that right here and right now. Igarashi, 28th appearance, 2-1 record, an ERA just under 5. He'll throw a first pitch strike to Logan Forsythe. As a matter of fact, the Mets have only won one series in San Diego since the 2000 season. That came in 2002 at Qualcomm. And a check swing, he went too far. Forsythe down 0-2. And the Mets are 8-18 overall here at Petco Park since it opened its doors in 2004 and have never won a series. Now the 0-2 to Forsythe, up and in, 1-2. But as they say, records are meant to be broken, and unfortunately this one looks like it's going to go by the boards. But we keep the faith.
Yeah, Padres have a very tough road.
1-2 in the dirt. 2-2.
Now often you get 6 runs to tie a game in the bottom of the ninth inning. It doesn't happen often. It may have happened, but not often.
Well, you hang around a ballpark long enough, you're bound to see something you've never seen before, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
2-2 on Forsythe. Igarashi has his sign. He's ready on a 2-2 delivery. Here it comes, and Forsythe grounds it to third. Hit for the wrong guy. There's Wright on the run throw. Low, dug out nicely there by Duda. And the first man retired for the Padres in the ninth inning. That'll bring up Aaron Cunningham, 7-1 New York. So the series with the Marlins will begin tomorrow night. Thursday night, Friday night are both at 7:05. Tomorrow night will be Tim Stauffer against Javier Vasquez. Wade LeBlanc will go Friday night against Chris Volstad. As Cunningham takes a strike, 0-1. Saturday game at 5:35. That'll be Aaron Harang against former Padre Clay Hensley. And of course, the big day on Sunday, August 21. The retirement of number 51, Trevor Hoffman. And a curve missing inside 1-1. Pre-game ceremonies, tickets still available, but they're going quickly. Padres.com/Trevor. Get here to check this out. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
And mostly keep in mind 12:30 on Sunday, because if you want to see what's going on and really enjoy it, get here at 12:30 or even before to get your seat.
It will be something special. 1-2 on Cunningham. Here's the pitch by Igarashi, and it's high, 2-2. Speaking of the Marlins, they're losing tonight.
This will be win number 11 for G. Not bad.
2-2 to Cunningham. Chop foul third base side. And the Rockies have a 7-0 lead over the Marlins. They're in the third inning. Ricky Nolasco, who the Padres took apart in Florida, is getting taken apart once again. Brewers and Dodgers scoreless into the sixth inning in Milwaukee. Cunningham takes the 2-2 fastball outside. Ball 3-2.
They're actually a little bit erratic out there. When he misses, he doesn't miss by an inch or two. It's about a foot.
Phillies pouring it on, leading the Diamondbacks now 8-2 in the eighth.
Do they ever lose? Not often.
3-2 in the air, foul right side, out of play. Giants have a 7-1 lead in Atlanta. They're in the bottom of the ninth inning. All the scores coming up on the postgame show. Coach Contreras standing by for that. 3-2 outside, ball 4. So a little heartbeat here with Cunningham out at first. And Nick Hundley coming to the plate. 7-1 Mets. We're in the ninth. Coach will have some highlights from this one. There have been some great defensive plays in this game, including Kyle Blanks robbing Lucas Duda of a home run in the top of the 9th inning.
Yeah, you know, the game looks like it's over, and that guy goes back and makes a play as good as he can get, and crashes into the wall to do it.
That was kind of the thing that R.A. Dickey was talking about after his start the other night. He just said that this is a hard-working team in the San Diego Padres, and we know that. There's a pitch in there for a strike, 0-1, but it's always nice to hear the opponent say the same thing about what we've seen every day.
Well, they're trying, and they're young, and they've got a lot of mistakes they're going to make, and that'll continue for a while, but they hope that by this time next year, who knows.
So Hundley will step out. Cunningham aboard at first base, not being held on, and a 7-1 lead for the Mets. Now Igarashi has his sign. To the plate, and Hundley takes it inside. Ball 1-1.
Yeah, the one nice thing that we don't know much about, but from what I gather, the Padres signed 44 or 45 of their top draft picks. They only missed one big guy, which ain't bad.
Cunningham on at first, and a 1-1 pitch coming up here to Hundley. Grounded just foul down the third base side. That was hugging the line and took one little tiny left turn and into foul territory.
Yeah, by about 1.5 inches at most.
So now the count is 1-2 here on Nick. Hundley came in as a pinch hitter in the 7th inning, flied to right, second at bat, took over behind the plate. And the 1-2 is in the air to right center field. That won't be caught. It might go to the wall. In fact, it will. Grounding second on his way to third is Cunningham. He'll be waved. He's going to score, and it's a 7-2 game as Nick Hundley drives in a run with a double to right center.
I simply can't believe what he's happened with that glove and the bat. Man, oh man, the bat is red hot. After being rather quiet for a long time, Hundley came in batting 194. No, better than that. I'll find out. I got to get it for you.
So the last thing that Terry Collins wanted to do was see what his pitching coach Dan Worthen is doing right now, picking up the phone and calling down to the bullpen.
Oh boy.
Mets do have a day off tomorrow, but still, you'd like to think that this last guy you call out of the bullpen could finish things up. And here's Kyle Blanks.
Yeah, Hundley was batting 254. I didn't give him enough credit. And a little bit better now.
I won't tell him, I swear.
Okay.
7-2 game now. And Blanks grounds it to the right side. It'll be fielded by Willie Harris in the outfield grass. He'll throw out Kyle Blanks. And now with 2 away, Hundley stands at third base. And Alberto Gonzalez will come up as a pinch hitter in the pitcher spot.
You may as well get a base hit as long as you go up to home plate. Why not do something?
So the Padres down to the final out on this afternoon. So Bass is done as Gonzalez will come to bat for him. Pitch to Alberto is outside corner, strike 1. Alberto Gonzalez is the exact guy you want up there with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. This guy has been a machine with 12 for 37, a .324 batting average in these cases. Here comes the 0-1. And a pitch missing a little bit low and outside, 1-1. Igarashi's 1-1 is in the air to left field. That's going to fall in. Base hit. What do you know? Alberto Gonzalez continues to hit like a champ with runners in scoring position and 2 away as he slides in safely with a double at second base. A run is in, and it's 7-3 Mets.
Well, I've heard of miracles, not much like this, but you never know.
He got a hanging breaking ball and knew exactly what to do with it. So he legs out a double, gets a run batted in. As Huntley able to score the second run in this ninth inning. Padres down 4. And Jason Isringhausen, their closer, has been forced to get up and start throwing in the bullpen.
Just what he wanted.
And here is Jason Bartlett. The pitch way outside. A good backhanded block, that is, by Tolley. Alberto Gonzalez, in only 192 at-bats, has driven in 26 runs.
When he plays, he's productive, no question.
Here's the 1-0 to Bartlett. Checks the swing and takes the slider for a strike. It's 1-1. It may not seem like it means a lot right now, but the fact that the Padres are not going down without a fight here. I've asked Buddy Black about this several times. It does carry over. He really believes that it carries over to the next day. The 1-1 pitch way outside, 2-1. Igarashi's all over the ballpark.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he better get somebody out pretty soon or he won't finish the game.
Tying Run is standing in the dugout right now. Those 2 runs have scored here in the bottom of the ninth inning. 7-3 Mets. Igarashi shakes off one side, ready to go here on a 2-1. Bartlett takes strike call, 2-2. Ward said splitter.
That was up and in.
Yep. So now the Padres down to their final strike in this afternoon game. Time called. Ball got loose in the Mets bullpen.
Well, if Bartlett gets on Maven hits one. Got a 1-run game. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something. I'd like to see something, you know?
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Two-2 pitch coming up here to Bartlett. And he swings and misses, and the ball game is over. Padres make a little noise here in this ninth inning. They score a couple of runs on a couple of doubles. But the inning ends with a man at second base as the Mets celebrate their first series victory here at Petco Park in its history. Final score this afternoon, Mets 7 and the Padres 3. That'll do it for the season series as well, which the Mets take 4 out of 7. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back and recap this one for you here, give you the final totals in just a moment. 7-3 Mets, the final. Padre Baseball, XX 1090 in the Padres Radio Network.
Get wild. Get lucky. Get to the point. Only at the new Luxor Las Vegas. Get here now for